I mean, obviously, like, I literally just have to gift them away. Or throw
Right.
them away.
So first, since you're going to be leaving partway through anyway, I'm just going to... I'll do the camera here, and then Ulysses, you can just scoot over when...
Awesome. I will become Michael.
All right. We'll do medium.
Nothing once touched by the hand of chaos remains untainted. You are
Even
under
your
the dominion.
The number of times that taint has come up in Warhammer is kind of amazing.
Ordo Malleus.
Yes.
That's quite a name.
That's the Inquisition.
I love the graphical style here right now.
Yeah, this is a very cool retro style.
Hell yeah.
I really have come to really kind of love Warhammer.
It's so...
What the fuck is that? It's like a purple sun.
Egg yolk.
See, it's a war.
Wait, what'd you say, Alex?
Egg yolk.
That's what
Oh, I thought you said it's a pangolin.
Pangolin.
Damn, dude. Is my pronunciation that bad? I really slur my words like that. Egg yolk
that
becomes
was great.
It's a jibba jabber.
Get dang old pangolin, man. Get fuck it and start COVID, man.
Why did that pangolin start?
It was in South Park. Randy fucked the pangolin and started COVID.
Which you can't say.
No, but now everyone does. Dude.
Incommodus is one of the few sanctified and preserved purging of Druid's heretical archives. Together, you will search sites where communication has become sporadic. Should you encounter any opposition, you may assume they have been tainted by the ruinous powers.
I like that sometimes that floating skull is there and then it zooms out and the floating
I
skull
know.
is not. It's like a comedic aside. It's like the Jeff Peterson of the
Okay, that would be awesome.
right?
Does the Empire in Warhammer ever not assume the situation to be extremely hostile?
Well, we don't know how far the tape spreads.
Oh shit, man.
The
Spreading
taint.
taints.
That's the Overlook Hotel.
It is.
The Warhammer version of Shining.
Uh-oh, Dark Side. That's cool. Damn, these effects are... I mean, the graphics are fucking awesome.
Oh, the cutscenes are.
Does it look more regular?
It looks more Doom-like.
Doom,
once you
right.
get it for gameplay.
Oh, that's so cool.
Didn't go as planned. No matter, secure armament, bolster your faith, and continue. Those heretics don't know what's coming for them.
Yeah, now we're in there.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yep.
So that's my melee.
That's your full
It's like it's
You hold it down
the same
to make
kind
it
of
thing.
pixelation as Dune, but it's a little more refined. Which you would
Hey,
expect.
Hey, what's up,
What's
Tyson
up,
Fox?
Tyson?
Some Fox.
What is going? Oh shit!
Yeah, you're the first one into that. Like,
Yeah, you're
Oh,
super
yeah.
quick.
I don't know how many grenades you have.
Well,
You won't need them this turn.
Sage, would you say Tiresome Fox is within her rights to call us nerds?
Easily. We're
Yeah.
playing
Oh,
Warhammer.
Are you? We're playing Warhammer 40k right now. Are you kidding me? Of course, she's in her rights to call us nerds.
I don't think I'm a nerd.
No, are you a job?
Yeah, dude, you play D&D. You're a nerd.
Yeah, I'm
You
definitely-
play D&D, and you also play exclusively spreadsheet-based video games. So yeah, you fucking are.
That's what cool people.
I know. I'm Tiresome Fox knows what she's talking about here.
Yeah,
I believe you can sprint as well.
Okay. What are these little red things?
Those are bonus health pickups. You get 2 health per pickup. You
Ah.
can have a maximum of 250 health.
I fought the nerd label for a long time too, Alex, but once I started playing D&D, I just had to accept it.
I don't know, man. I mean, tech trees are for like the popular kids.
Are they?
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Is there a tech tree in football?
I think
But no,
There should be.
there's
Tiresome-
kind of a tech tree in Madden.
I guess.
I guess that's yeah. But no, how are you doing, Tiresome Fox? Welcome in. How's your day going? I like the thudding footsteps even in this. You get that.
You sound like the T-Rex from
You
Jurassic Park.
Wall was not
Jump
very
over the
effective.
Berlin Wall.
Wall was not effective.
I mean, don't forget, Space Marines are like fucking 12 feet tall.
Yeah,
for
sure.
sure.
Sorry, those footsteps are so loud. Personally, I'm not a nerd.
That's that 100% cool girly factor going on. This is
Try to with me on this whole grind.
Yeah, I never thought
The crying
Harrison
part
Fox
is
was a
kind of
nerd.
weird.
I just figured she was European. Sorry.
Yo, what's up, afternoon dude?
Hey.
What's up?
How's it going? We're doing good, man. I think we're all doing. You guys all doing good?
I think so.
I have a headache.
Got a beard.
Not first
Taking
today. Not first today.
Fox beat you to it.
No, yeah, that's true. It's true. You didn't quite make it in. From
Yeah, dude, one of those rare Washington Generals victories.
I mean, there's Tylenol in the bathroom.
Oh, I took some.
Oh, okay.
Gone away. Yeah. Those guys
Keep
are
taking more.
pleasure.
I don't think he was taking Tylenol.
No, it was like sweet.
Hey, dangerous Tylenol overdose.
Is that?
Not sure what that
I suppose technically you can overdose on anything, but you probably
Right.
take a lot of Tylenol.
It might have triggered an elevator. Yeah, it's triggering an elevator.
Oh.
Burning a lining in your stomach before it killed you.
Oh my god, dude. I finally found a video where I can illustrate how much those people on, like, my 600-pound life eat and stuff like that.
Oh,
And it was...
Do I want to see that? No.
It was some guy, like, who does eating challenges.
Oh
And
no.
he was like, I'm gonna eat the meal of, like... First he did the world's heaviest man, which is pretty crazy.
Heaviest. I like that.
Hey, we got a bolt gun.
And when he did the world's heaviest woman's meal or whatever, he ate like 27,000 calories. Like he just casually like ate an entire pizza as like the side dish to his meal.
Oh, side
I was
dish.
like, I was like, holy shit, dude. He's like, start the morning, we're gonna have 8 donuts. And I was like, oh my
I just fall right on the guy.
It was pretty interesting. It was,
Was it?
yeah.
It sounds horrifying as opposed to interesting. But
And he survived by the end of it?
Yeah. His stomach was messed up. He gained like 15 pounds in like one day.
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's a way to gain 15 pounds in a day.
So the health kits, they will only fill you up to 200.
Okay.
But the bonus health will fill you up to 250.
Now, do they like, does it like go down like a temporary type health addition, kind of like
No,
in the
they're
Wolfenstein games? Or? Oh, okay.
I do like a good chainsaw.
Also, fun fact.
Has any military ever tried to have like a combat chainsaw, or is it just that impractical and stupid?
It seems
to
like it's
actually
that
use?
stupid.
Yeah, it just seems like it's not a practical weapon whatsoever. But
Well,
it would
they
act
were.
like it would be useful.
I mean, they originally came up with them to try and assist in like childbirth.
Chainsaws?
Yeah. That's how they. That's what they were invented
The first
for.
hand-cranked chainsaw was meant.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh,
active
geez, what?
shooter threat at your
Oh,
job.
no.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Like, was
Alright.
somebody actually there, or was it just somebody called in as a threat?
Yeah, like, and I'm like literally right now. Yeah, like, are you all good? Like,
Yeah.
is that literally happening
Thank God.
now?
I mean, I hope you're not watching a stream in the middle of it. Like, you should get safety.
I mean, I guess thank you for spending your last moment.
Before, okay.
How did that go down?
Yeah.
Everybody okay over there?
Yeah, like, hopefully security or whatever nabbed the dude before anything really happened.
Also, fun fact, this level is a deliberate homage to the original Doom. Just forward waiting for the shooter to come watching the stream.
Hey man, that's
It's taking too long, damn it.
Oh, hey, okay,
Living
that
in
happened.
a man. Oh.
Oh, damn, that was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you didn't get the secret, though.
Wow. I didn't know there was a secret.
that's how
Secrets
secret
aren't
it was.
a big deal.
Ooh, mountain batteries.
Mountain batteries, huh? Planetary defense batteries line the route, as to heretics. Find a way to into the... Alright. Well, so you just got one of these just like zipping around with you the whole time, huh?
Yeah, it's really funny.
Cool.
It's like our Navi, except it shuts up.
Thankfully, it's not talking.
It does incoherently scream.
Okay, that's
You are good. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Everything's okay. At least it's can.
If you weren't good, you probably wouldn't have had such a sense of humor about
And you
it.
probably wouldn't be on fucking Twitch.
Sage.
What's up?
Were you ever there when they had one of those All America? Like the scares?
I don't
They
actually...
never had like a full on. I mean, I was there when a guy got shot, but that was over like an argument over shoes or something.
That's usually how people do it.
It wasn't a random attack.
Yeah, it was a DSW or Footlocker.
Oh, for sure.
If you're gonna get shot over, you have to go to
I'm sorry, DSW. Who's gonna kill somebody over like a $15 pair of shoes?
Well,
DSW.
some people do. People kill each other over like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but I mean, like you're gonna shoot somebody over like.
You're thinking of Payless. DSW's got like the 500.
Yeah,
no, they've got like the
my-
$500 like mountain biking type shit.
Yeah,
Or mountain
my
biking
dad
shit.
loves DSW.
Would he shoot
I've
someone?
been in DS. I don't know, man. I mean, like obviously DSW has all the shoes. They get up around in like 100, but they're not like the Air Jordan, like the specialty Air Jordans.
No, they
line
don't.
up.
No.
My dad, my 75-year-old dad, doesn't care about Air.
Yeah, I would. Think
But
It'd be like Michael, check out the forces.
it's like, Michael, remember when they used to have you pump up the shoes?
Pump up the jams.
Pump up the jam.
You know, Curry wore these in the fourth game of the.
Where you at? There you go.
I just like I don't know. Like people kill each other over like sneakers, right? Like they don't kill each other over like even like $1,000 pair of like Ferragamo loafers. You don't really hear about.
They do have those at DSW.
There you go.
We do have some Ferragamo.
You can kill people over any kind of shoes.
I know, but I'm just telling you, like DSW, you could kill somebody over any of these shoes. You ever go in a shoe store?
Yeah, that happened.
There was a comma there. You've been waiting for like the rest of my statement.
Well, I mean, I thought you made your statement.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever. You ever been to a shoe store and go in like the clearance section and see like the ugliest pair of shoes you've ever seen in your life?
Oh yeah.
You pick them up and they're like $500. They're like 80% off, and there's some Italian guy you've never heard of.
There's a dog in the way. We're already talking about shoe really.
You never know what you're gonna get here. Link,
Hey.
lay down, buddy. Lay down. Link, lay down.
He's
Lay
like, I
down.
don't understand.
Lay down. Please lay down. Lay down.
He's like, I'm half laying down.
He's like, you sure about this?
I'm always amazed
God.
when you hear about somebody getting killed in like a homeless shelter over their shoes.
Well, I'm not. I mean, people are desperate. First thing they kill each other.
People are desperate, but you're like, yeah. I mean, but if you were going to kill somebody and take their shoes, would you kill another homeless guy and take his shoes?
Well, yeah, because the police won't come after him.
Maybe, but I mean, how good are this dude? How much better are this dude's shoes?
He
than
might
yours?
have slightly
It's about
better
who's
shoes.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's no shoes at all. Like,
Like
you
one
gotta
less-
get
there's one
somebody
less-
shoes. Oh shit.
What do you mean? There's no shoes available?
No, like if you don't have any, then like anything is gonna seem like an upgrade.
I guess.
I don't know. I think I understand the logic.
But why would you need to kill somebody for a pair of thoroughly used shoes instead of just like shoplift a pair of new shoes without murdering someone?
I'm just saying,
Because it's easier to the homeless
It's
person.
easier to murder people.
If you're homeless, it's hard to get through a storm, right? Stop security chasing you out than it is to murder another homeless person.
I mean, it's pretty easy to rob a store these days, dude.
Well, maybe if you live in New York.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Can't imagine like looking over from my bed and being like, damn, that guy's shoe has one less hole in it than mine. I'm gonna
I mean,
kill
they
him.
probably don't steal the shoes because they like want to wear them. It's usually because they want to like I don't know, pawn them for drugs.
or fuck them.
That too. Maybe turtles are stealing people's shoes, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, they're murdering you to fuck your shoes.
damn, dude. Don't fuck my shoes. Like, what? Turtle's got a gun to your head. Another turtle's got a gun to your head. Like, don't fuck my shoes. One turtle like grabs your head. It's like, watch.
Are we seeing like the fucking turtle shoe gangbangs?
Jesus.
So you never know what you're going to get when you come to this channel.
Everyone at the shoe department where I worked who seriously died.
I was the sole survivor.
Was it
Ooh,
turtle?
that's
The sole survivor. Michael loved it. Michael loved it.
Once I realized you were just doing it for the pod, I
Michael was like, what are the odds that Tiresome Box worked at a shoe department where everyone died?
Contemplating the chances of the of the circumstance.
I've seen a lot of attempted shoplifting just here.
Right.
I'm always impressed by like.
That's what everything's like. Maybe that's what they do with the shoes.
I'm always impressed when they bust the laundry detergent rings.
Yeah.
And they're like, 3 people were arrested in a laundry detergent theft ring that stole over $150,000 worth of Tide from a local Target. And you're like, dude, how does that happen?
Do people still eat the Tide Pods?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Maybe it's so normalized now you don't hear about it.
I think it's a lot of people.
I thought they only. Oh,
I feel like Tide Pods cost more than food.
I thought
Well, not anymore. They're cheaper than that.
Oh, well, now that they're stolen.
Absolutely love that fun.
Keep them coming, really. Keep them coming.
Well, at least keep them short because then I can immediately just be like, oh, it's bullshit.
Well, we'll read them multiple times to you, just to make sure that you can't forget.
You need these puns to be the kind of things that Michael can process.
Hey, Michael, did you hear about the shoes? I did a lot of marijuana. Doing the high heel.
He has to leave early today, so we got to really get him in while he's here.
Hey, Michael.
That's my least favorite part of the whole thing.
Why did the sneaker assassinate the target on sight?
I said, huh.
He had orders to shoot, to kill.
You picked up a damage boost, I think.
I think so.
It's temporary, but it's fun. There's a whole bunch of different powers.
It looked like you just killed Bumblebee from like a Warhammer movie.
Warhammer Bumblebee?
Yeah.
I'd watch that crossover.
I mean, Bumblebee's done a lot of feats that we're not aware of, according to the last
You
night.
saying he has a foot fetish?
Oh my god, let's not talk.
Is he like the Quentin Tarantino of
Link,
Here's-
lay down.
This is,
Yep.
This is
Lay down.
Yeah, Boltgun does not have co-op.
Yeah. This game is this game's.
So what that does is upgrade your gun.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Every gun gets unique upgrades. I'm sorry, I'm
Just
hilarious.
hilarious. Shit, you're a joke contest. I'd be a shoo-in for the golden medal.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Hey, that was a 2-in-1.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was awesome.
I like
That was great.
This shit is not cool, Tiresome Fox.
Hey, Mike. Why did the shoe make fun of its child so much?
Care.
Because he was a moccasin.
I feel like you put a little creativity into that one, Alex. I don't totally
Hey, Michael.
hate you for it.
I'll get lazier, don't
Why
worry.
did the shoe work in a strip club?
Agreed. Wow.
Show off its booty.
I like that. Do strippers often ever just wear booty socks while they're also
I don't know, probably depends on
In their stripper heels?
Yeah. That would be an interesting.
Watch out for those plasma guys. Okay.
Maybe German strippers.
Yes.
Oh god. Oh no.
Just socks with their stripper heels.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting clash.
So the way gun upgrades work in this is that they only last until the end of the level.
Oh, okay.
But each gun gets unique upgrades, so like they all do potentially different things.
That's cool.
So usually it's like whatever gun you think you're going to need the most in a level is what you want to do to have your upgrade go to.
Okay. And is it just whichever one you have equipped and out is the one it goes to, or?
That's right.
Okay.
You will eventually make way through it. Right.
Really can just look at
Yeah, normal humans are kind of fun.
But yeah, every time I go to the Cub in, yeah, obviously either here in Midway or the Cub in Roseville, there's a shoplifting attempt every time I go.
You go to the Sunray Cub?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh yeah. We turned that store down when they tried to give it to us. No. It's like people jerking off in the parking lot.
Really?
Oh shit! I overshot that.
Whoa.
At the Sunray Cub?
The game doesn't punish you too much for the fall.
Okay, that's good.
People are jerking off in Sunray.
Sunray Cub? Sunray Cub's got all sorts of weird crap. And I've heard that from the people that run it.
I don't think you need that mega health right now.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I'm pretty sure it takes you up to 250 instantly, but
I'm already basically there, so yeah.
They got a Ross though. You guys excited that Minnesota's got Ross dressed for less now?
I don't care about that.
What? Come on, man. If TJ Maxx just completely gave up and gained like 300 pounds, like you don't like a store like that?
Yeah, it was one of the main clothes stores my ex would drag me to a lot. So,
Oh yeah, Ross is compared to like Marshalls or like TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Ross looks like a TJ Maxx after a disaster.
yeah.
like in after earthquake or something.
You all get your personal.
No.
that sounds like it would be kind of good.
It's like, here, I didn't spend any time or effort on this. Here you go.
Sometimes that's every guy's dream, to not spend any effort on the gift.
Sure, but then the chick is going to instantly know that. Be like,
Yeah, she always calls him out on it anyway. So.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for that AI that can like manage the texting about like any bullshit I don't care about.
Like that episode of Silicon Valley with Dinesh and Guilfoyle were AI messaging each other.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They do talk like that's going to be the future, where everybody's AIs just kind of talk on background and like relay that information back to you.
Nah.
you know,
I see. Huh?
I'm not sure if you know that.
No.
It seems like you.
Wouldn't that be the only way I could get over there?
Not really sure.
I'm kind of waiting for the day where we don't even need to have phones on us anymore, because our phones are just constantly doing all the messaging for us, and we never even have to look at them again.
I think what you mean is you can't wait till the phone in you.
No, I don't think any. Well, maybe Alex, you have. Okay.
The trailer for the Fellowship, I don't know about.
That's what he's talking about, yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Everything's going to be good.
I didn't think it looked very good.
You didn't think it looked good? I
I
thought
thought it looked like complete shit.
I don't think I've seen it.
Like, kind of complete, just total garbage.
The launch is coming in. Careful.
Yeah. They lose those cool codes that make you high from something.
No. So what those codes are, I can explain. So those are creatures of Nurgle. Nurgle is like the plague god, and so they're like these horrible, like disease puff frogs that will make you a disease puff.
I've heard of Nurgle.
Well, Nergal is like the Babylonian god of the dead, or
Yeah.
Sumerian, or something.
Something like that. That's
Yeah.
just the name of Warhammer 8. Was it worse than The Hobbit?
No, no.
you thought it really looked that bad. I mean,
I thought it looked pretty bad.
I don't know. They looked like a beast skin, I guess. I thought it was pretty impressive for a video game.
I'll look at it. It's just on YouTube or something.
Somebody,
I assume it's on YouTube,
They
yeah.
just reskinned the trailer for the Fellowship.
Is Sheila in it? Then that's probably like this.
Oh,
Oh, that's true. Right.
There wasn't enough Sheila in it.
Doing it scene by scene, found so many errors.
so this one.
We did.
Oh, yeah, it was
There's
like,
an ad just popped up.
I don't know. I mean, the video gen stuff is still so
Like this
early
one?
that I wasn't like going.
Yeah,
through
yeah,
it.
that's.
like the scene where he sticks the fire in the dude's face. Oh shit, that sounds like fucking Dragon.
It kind of had a little bit of a Dragonlance look to it at
Kind of
times.
cell shady, this trip. Like a bad cell shady.
I wouldn't expect too much of the video gen models right now. The fact that it can do that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible looking.
For how early in the technology they are. If it went to like movie theaters and look like that, then I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. It does kind of look like.
Okay.
Did you see the fire in the?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
Let's see. Where am I going now?
And AI did this completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not terrible.
Right, Michael? I mean, like that. God, like your guys' standards for the AI video game models is really high when it's just starting. Like it's in its infancy.
The
right
troll
now.
look kind of done. Cave troll. But otherwise, I mean, Balrog you think would look cooler than Ghibli stuff.
Let's see here. That's the way I came, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So-
Not really sure exactly where. Thought you had to jump onto those things. You know, the thing.
I don't know. For AI to be able to do that, some guy did that. Like the Ghibli thing's only been around for like a week, so some guy did that in a couple days. That would take months to animate.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, it's better looking than some animations, maybe.
3 of 6. Okay, man. That was just like level 2, and they're already throwing like 6 things
It
at
already looked better than a lot of like the one season shows Fox would have on animation domination and shit.
Oh, I forgot about it.
like the shows that lasted like a season or two.
Yeah.
Like, it looked better than that.
There are some new cartoons they make that look like shit even right now.
But
I don't know, there's one I keep seeing ads for where it's about like these 2 girls from New Zealand that are...
2 broke girls?
No, it's probably still better than 2 broke girls, but just like they're besties and they have superpowers and live in New Zealand. I don't know, and they just have really unattractive accents.
You don't like the New
Well, they're made to
no.
sound particularly.
Okay.
Sage or Ulysses
No.
probably has the highest
I-
claim, but I'm not going to be mean to you guys because you're not artists.
No.
I would never claim to be able to draw.
I can draw something to the point where you might be able to tell what it is, but I wouldn't call myself
You guys are way better than I am saying that. But
Alex is definitely the worst.
I don't understand.
Occasionally, I feel like I accidentally draw something good, like if I'm just like sketching something. Just
Sure.
But if I feel like I'm trying, then I feel like I'm
Yeah.
trying to line up big shit. Yeah,
So those are pink horrors and blue.
Okay.
They are neat, similar to the ones from
oh, really?
Okay.
the pink ones, when you kill them, they turn into 2 blue ones.
Okay. Okay.
Make it blue.
Yeah, that's all. Well, that would be 2 blue.
And 2 blue. Okay.
Can you put Io Miyazaki into your book?
I'm sure he'd love that.
No, but we can't. If we ever make it into a show, we'll make it in a Studio Ghibli style, just for him. He'll appreciate it.
We'll let the AI do it.
Did you see what? Well, this was a while ago, but what Miyazaki said about like
Oh yeah,
AI
he
programs?
hates.
I mean, the amount of years he puts into his drawings, but
Well, here's the thing, and we talked about this on the show last night too. But Hayao Miyazaki he hates a lot of things that much though too.
Sure.
Like the 3D CG animation, like that, like Pixar does.
Yeah.
His son directed a movie, and he walked out of it in like the first 5 minutes and didn't even watch it. It was his own son's movie, and he was just like, "I'm not fucking watching this shit."
He's like, I no longer have a son.
I mean, it kind of came across like that.
But Pixar usually looks good though.
I mean, I don't know if he has a problem with
them. Oh.
The movie does suck.
I never saw
I
it.
think I do know that one.
The one his son directed.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It did look kind of like. It did kind of look like shit.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't like the 3D.
No, I mean a lot.
Animation.
Right. I mean, a lot of people said what,
I think
which is Eastwick.
I think Miyazaki's like a hater bit.
Well, he is old now too, and the older you get, usually the more you.
He's been acting like this for the last 70 years.
He's like Scorsese rated.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Just being like, well, everything that's not like what I
Scorsese.
make is garbage.
Real cinema.
I mean, would all be fair and say a lot of people said that like 3D computer animation was like an affront to animation when it first came out.
That's true.
It wasn't a front to
looked
animation when it
pretty
first
bad.
came out, dude.
That's also fair.
It took until like the
Like,
mid-2000s.
dude, like Beast Wars and shit like that looks so bad.
It does. The first Toy Story was the first thing to do it well.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Shotgun, huh? And what's my weapon? Nope. What's my weapon wheel button? Oh, it's
I
just a
still-
D-pad.
I think I consider like Attack on Titan, or not Attack on Titan, Clash of the Titans. That era of 3D to be of like maybe the lowest era of like technology in Hollywood.
Just for
Sure.
CGI and
You
shit.
talking
like
about
the
the
super-
2008 movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
Like,
No. You talking shit about Harry House?
Well, that's not even CGI.
No,
That's
that's
practical effects.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
But
say.
I'm saying
Well, I agree with you.
that era of 3D, like the dirty 3D, where everything had to be super dark for it to work, was maybe one of the lowest
Counterpoint,
visual
though.
quality moments in
Counterpoint.
Hollywood history. Wow.
Wrath of the Titans gave us majestic 3D Scorpion.
I thought the Scorpions were they in the first movie too? Or no,
I
I'm
thought it
thinking
was
of
Wrath, but-
thinking of Gods of Egypt.
No, they were in the first one.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There are scorpions in all those.
Were
Yeah.
the Scorpions and Gods of Egypt?
Yeah, in Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, remember it
Yeah.
explodes for no
Oh, that's
discernible
right.
reason?
Yeah.
It just explodes on screen.
Some of those movies that came out in 3D were so like Avatar, like when that shit came out in 3D. Like, that movie was dark enough already, and then they did it in 3D, and people literally could not see the movie. And
I don't know what you're remembering because that's like maybe the only movie that's ever been praised for its 3D that's ever happened.
No. Like M. Night Shyamalan Avatar.
Oh!
Not James Cameron Avatar.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't like either of those movies anyway.
No, I know.
but I do see what
But
you
the dirty,
one of those
the dirty
is better, though.
3D.
One of them's better than the other,
The
but I still
dirty
think they're both
3D
kind of
on
shitty.
Avatar: The Last Airbender was
Ash.
Ash?
What is it?
Ash versus
like
Evil
Ash
Dead?
Ketchum.
I mean, I like Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah,
I don't really like Ash Ketchum, but it's fine.
When I was a kid and I couldn't pronounce his name, I used to call him Ass Ketchup.
Ash
Yeah.
Ketchum.
That's what my parents would be like. You used to say Ass Ketchup anytime Pokemon would come on.
I always like to imagine that Ash from Pokemon would grow up to be Ash from Evil Dead.
It's a sci-fi movie.
That's an interesting
He
concept.
started out really lame.
I haven't even heard of that.
So,
I watched that show a lot and just
Flying
wished like the Pokemon would turn out.
I did too.
Just rip them apart.
Yeah.
that Charmander would like bite the shit out of.
Like,
Charizard.
like just Pikachu wakes up in the middle of one night and starts pushing the buttons on all the Pokeballs and just murder Ash.
That'd be cool, but that would only be like an episode.
Yeah, then you
And
can
that
do,
could be the series finale.
you do
Probably
like
a better
Planet,
one than what they
do like a
had.
Planet of the Apes thing. The Pokemon start murdering people, taking
yeah,
over cities
I like
and
that.
stuff.
No, that'd be bad.
Well, that was kind of what Future Strikes Back was.
A little bit.
That's why it's one of the only
That's
good
why it's
Pokemon things.
But yeah, didn't they just have like a series finale with Ash?
I think they did,
Yes,
yeah.
it is dogfighting. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's totally dogfighting. Yeah.
If
Undeniably.
they're the animals of that world, then that's what it is.
I mean, that's why I always thought it'd be, if you want to do a gritty Pokemon remake, you should have it be where, like
Everyone's in like a bar in Tijuana.
Ash, Ash is like a guy whipping his Pikachu with a chain, you know.
And then, like,
everybody's
cops who are supposed to be investigating.
Yeah.
You know?
And everybody's holding like a wad of dirty cash, like out here, just like thrusting it at the
No one tell you
cage.
guys how long it took me to realize that Ash was called Ash Ketchum because of the Catch-em-all thing? Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, you're the first person to point that out to me, so I didn't even think
What?
about
You never
that.
thought about that?
Oh, hold on. How do you feel about that?
For one, I was with Sage.
Doesn't that make you like it even more?
Well, okay, if you're gonna go that direction, I hate him even. You know.
You know that Pikachu is based on Pika and Chew? Pikas are kind of a candy and rat.
So that's actually kind of a pun, too.
All Pokemon names.
Do you know that Michael there? Hey,
Charmander, it's a salamander that stars you.
hey, Mike.
Charms you with its puns.
Yeah,
Squirtle, it's a turtle that
it
fucks
does
you.
do that. It fucks your shit.
That's why it squirts so much.
Squirts on your shoes.
It squirts all over your shoes, dude.
I don't want any animal squirting on my
If you ever accidentally leave your shoes outside, a Squirtle's gonna squirt all over them.
Yeah, dude. That's why the homeless people just choose to not wear shoes.
Hey, man, you can't wear shoes in this neighborhood if the turtles get you.
But what if Tarantino fucks my bare feet?
You gotta choose your poison.
When Tarantino just rolls through town with like a crew of turtles just looking for anybody that can victimize. It's like, you get the shoes, I'll get the feet.
What a strange Mad Max world.
If I ever, for some reason, play a Pokemon game, I'm gonna name the Squirtle Tarantino.
Good. Wow, that's pretty good.
Well, you never know what conversation we're gonna have.
It's getting wild.
I
We talked about shoes a lot.
So it's been a shoe-heavy stream.
It has, yeah.
How do you feel about that, Alex? You're the big foot fan here.
You're
not
the
gonna
closest
feed that
to
much.
any of us of like Tarantino.
Yeah.
God.
Also, the thing about this game mechanically, every enemy has an armor rating, and different guns also have an armor rating.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if the armor rating of your gun is lower than the enemy, you do less damage, and vice versa.
Okay. That makes sense.
Alex, what do you think Tarantino's last movie should be?
So he's trying to retire off of just like one more film, right?
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, he made some promise to only make what, 12 movies, 10,
I think 10.
10.
And he's done 9, so.
Yeah. He kind of gives himself some technicality, but like, yeah,
He does.
his solo major directorial, whatever you consider that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Boba Fett? Think you should make that Boba Fett?
Hell no. Protect his.
Boba Foot.
Boba Fett.
Oh shit, Alex, Boba Fett!
He's a mean boba tea drinking. He's a mean.
Oh, I know. Quentin Tarantino should do an adaptation of Angerfoot.
What is anger for?
It's a video game where you do everything with your feet.
Okay.
It's actually pretty hilarious. It's like a super over-the-top kind of Doom style fast-paced shooter game, but you're kicking the shit out of everybody. Yeah, it's like Doom meets Hotline Miami. Oh, I bet you've seen it several times.
Pretty sure you showed it.
Alex, the foot fetishist amongst me.
Oh, God, yeah. Are you kidding?
Okay.
That's like his whole thing.
I mean, I thought Gnomes were his whole thing.
Well, no feet. The hairier the foot, the
I
better.
hate feet. like legitimately very
It started
much.
with Hobbit feet, but then he
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you know, what else is hairier than Hobbit feet? No
Oh,
feet.
damn.
you like them when they're hairy.
Would you want to come on the hair, pubic hair on somebody's foot from the Hobbit?
I need you to shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, but that's what Tolkien wrote.
Hey man,
Tolkien,
Michael, I see what USAID gave you money for to do to those monkeys. I see it. It's being exposed right now.
Hey man, we had my week last week. Now it's about you.
Last week was my week. That was my week. It was literally half gnome.
I can't argue with them.
The monkey games were the best games, I guess.
Well, of course you would.
You did like Poopy Monkey.
That was my least favorite of the monkey games, but
You said that it was really good.
I said Monkey in Heaven was really good.
You liked Poopy Monkey.
I never said anything.
Yeah, you really liked how the kid with the monkey poop.
No, that was definitely why.
Michael was like, I like how the monkey never stops pooping.
Oh god, that's sickened me.
Oh shit, last time?
Not quite.
Just a big enemy.
Yeah.
Good thing he doesn't shoot back.
Oh, he does.
I was just moving a lot.
Dodging effectively.
When you played enough of games of this style, you learn to basically never stop strafing. Literally, even when nothing's happening, you still just do it on instinct.
But they might jump out at you.
That's true.
In this game in particular, the enemies do actually lead their shots. So, strafing a little more erratically is actually kind of what you gotta do. Stop paying attention for 2 minutes. What the heck are you happening? I love how many times that's happened to Tires of Rock.
For a lot of it, we were talking about our stream last week.
Yeah, we did the Dreams like content creation platform thing, and
We got a lot of views on that one. People love that shit.
Yeah, you rated us. Yeah,
That's the raid.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fuzzy fun.
I don't know why you do that to your loyal
to your
channel
poor
members.
viewers. Expose them to our horrible degenerate.
They stuck around.
That's true. That's true. Quite a few of them stuck around.
I mean, I guess it was sort of like it's so horrible you can't look away.
Yeah, we're like a train crash.
Like a monkey swallowing a hand grenade.
Or a monkey that won't stop shitting.
Michael gave that one 5 out of 5 stars.
I didn't have the remote in my hand.
You just said the monkey games were the best games.
You did?
For the most part. That's going to be my Tarantino technicality.
Oh, you're in the monkey feed?
Don't put me in league with Alex like hairy feet right now.
I mean, monkeys have the hairiest feet.
He's not wrong.
No, Michael just likes when the monkeys poop. Big fan of poopy monkeys.
Definitely want to see that again. Yeah.
I heard you wanted to see that game.
What are you, TMZ?
Yeah.
No, what are you, TMZ?
The monkeys are.
Yo, Michael, we heard you like shit on your shit, so we got some monkey shit with monkey shit in the headrest.
I won't do that to TMZ, though. They seem to be the greatest purveyors of truth of our age.
That's a claim, dude.
And we're back.
Hey.
You guys still with us?
I'm not.
I disavow most of what you're saying.
That's probably the safe one.
What I say is not representative of what I say.
We should put that as
The views expressed by Gnomes Cannibalism in politics do not necessarily reflect the views of Gnomes Cannibalism.
All right, can you guys see us? Or are we black? Are we all good?
Did you say, are we black? What'd you say?
I said, are we back?
I thought you put an element.
No.
This is one of the whitest channels.
Yeah, this is about as white as it gets.
the whitest.
This is the whitest channel you know.
The white-
I mean, there are people in this group named Ulysses and Sage. That is a white ass group of people.
Yes, it is.
Thankfully, you didn't turn out like as much of a hippie as you would think your name would imply, Sage.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind
Oh
of...
shit.
Although you could light them on fire if they're ghosts.
So this is sort of the Doom Eternal kind of thing, where it drops you in
Should we
an
go
arena
up?
and enemies start teleporting in.
Okay, should we go up or down here?
You want to go down.
Is there anything up here?
You might have missed something, maybe.
This is the way I fell out of the platform. Then there were two directions to go. Okay, I guess
Yeah,
not.
you're good.
Sage, have you
Yes,
ever
sir.
thought about lighting yourself on fire to ward off ghosts?
No, I haven't. I don't like fire.
I heard you're good.
And Ulysses, you haven't turned into as much of like a southern general as I would have thought.
Yeah, or like an insufferably long and hard to understand Irish novel.
Sure.
You don't like fire, but you sure love spiders. Let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah, all right. Yeah,
man,
get
Sage
up
is-
into
We don't have to talk,
those.
we don't have to
Sage
talk
and
about it.
spiders, dude. Wow.
It's destiny.
God damn it.
I love that.
We got 45 minutes in before that got brought up.
Hey, that's a new record.
That is kind of amazing.
That's weird, Sage. What have you been doing to us?
He's been trying to get us on board.
Sage tried to distract us with shoots.
Yeah, what the
That's a good
fuck,
point.
Sage? You started talking about Palos and then...
Yeah. Alex is always thinking about what's underneath the shoes.
Sage, do you spend a lot of money shopping for spider shoes?
No.
Yeah, you have to buy 4 pairs or 8 individual shoes. How many left and right feet do they have?
Is it like you have to have a tailor specifically fashion it to each foot, or...
Are you like one of
Answer that
those?
question.
Are you like one of those really kind of incelly traditional type ones where you just want your spiders to be barefoot?
I'm going to warn you, but you want to be careful with this gun.
They
You
can't.
can hurt me.
Yeah, the gun can overheat,
Oh.
and it also does splash damage.
Okay. All right.
I thought you were going to say you're going to want to not get shot here.
That
Well,
would
don't
be
get shot by your own. It is a really good weapon, and you just have to be careful.
Fair enough.
When the upgrade you get to that one, it takes away the safety.
Oh, nice.
So Sage, you didn't answer my question.
I'm not gonna.
we have about 5 in the queue.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Sage. Like, is it like? Do you like your spiders to be barefoot? Is that like a power move? Like, you can't wear shoes, so how are you gonna leave the house, you stupid fucking bitch? Like,
You make the spiders. If you make,
Nope.
is that how you are with your spiders?
do you make them wear like thigh highs, but then you struggle to find out what thigh is on the spider?
That's true. How do you know where a spider's thigh is? Sage?
I don't. I'm
Come on, man! You spread them all the.
definitely not the
Come on, you spread them all the time, dude.
Ew, he spreads them.
God damn it.
That's gross.
Do you spread all 8 of the legs at once, or just 2?
You lying spider fucker.
You got like in between each of them.
Dude. Jesus Christ.
Just
Just until he finds the epiginum. He's like, is it here?
It's around here somewhere, between 2 of the legs, but I don't know which leg.
I smell it.
They just like the Daredevil, the Matt Murdock.
Oh, no. Nobody fucks more than Daredevil.
But nobody fucks more spiders than you.
Yeah. Daredevil fucks actual women.
Yeah,
Yeah, he only fucks one with 2 legs.
he's a figure of admiration. He's a figure of
God damn
Not
it.
to say so.
Not an idol of shame like you.
Sage has gotten in between more legs than Daredevil.
Oh, God,
So
damn.
eight legs.
Jesus,
That's
dude.
crazy, dude. You beat Matt's record. Shit.
Well, but you have to. You got to divide that by
Yeah,
4 to
right.
really compare.
But still, it's probably more.
Damn, okay.
I'm impressed you survived that. After blowing yourself up.
Well, once I stopped blowing myself up, it got easier.
Stop blowing yourself up.
Well, yeah, it's good fight.
That's what the spiders are for.
Fucking shit.
Do you like them to sort of like fucking like tweak your balls with their mandibles while they're talking?
It's a nice wholesome image.
No!
Good one.
Give me one of them banda jobs.
Oh,
I
God.
dream about those at night.
Get the hell out of here.
So, Sage, did you like move into your spider's little underground trapdoor bunker thing?
No. No.
No, you just walk out there, do the walk of shame in the morning, like pop the trapdoor. Oh, you got one shoe on. Just feel somebody walks by, he's like, "You're not fucking spiders." Like, no, I'm fucking women.
It doesn't look like what it is.
I mean, it looks like you're fucking spider.
You got them mandible marks on your neck.
You're all disgusting.
But you're the one doing it.
That's the difference. How dare you recite the acts that I commit?
Or just like Herodotus chronicling the feats of Alexander the Great or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Is that the historian doing it? I think.
Yeah, Herodotus, the
He was, like,
father
the
of
first
history.
historian.
Really cool.
He's the one that got captured by the Persians and had to make his way back, right?
No, you're thinking of
No, you're right.
you're thinking of that Xenophon or something.
Xenophon, yeah.
So that
You're
dude, he actually went to go work for the Persians. Specifically, there was like a Persian like prince who was trying to take over.
Mhm.
So he hired Xenophon as a mercenary to
Right.
help do it, but then that prince lost and got killed. So Xenophon had to make a fighting retreat over here.
Yeah.
And is that why it's in particular called xenophobia? Because he probably didn't like the Persians much after that?
No,
Damn.
I don't know why he's called.
Okay, stop fucking opening this up.
What the fuck does Xenophon mean? Like alien noise?
That's kind of cool. Put it like that.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that, like, maybe you got that name from the Persians, I guess.
I thought that just was a Greek name.
That probably is just a
Sounds
Greek
cool.
name. That's a pretty interesting story, though. But yeah, you're definitely right, because that's more Roman times than...
Slate Pebble, wonderful. No, we appreciate you stopping in, Tyson Fox. Always great to see you.
Fox. Good to see you.
Glad you listened to her drivel for
We even got into a little bit of ancient history.
Yeah, we finally got education. I like the moment where we were like, oh, let's actually talk about something that's not garbage. Let's get our minds out of the gutter here.
Wow.
And Tyson Fox is like, okay, bye.
we couldn't have done it without Sage of Spiders. So.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
We couldn't have done it without just saying
Want to
it.
give a special shout out to Sage's special spider lady.
Fuck off.
You gotta get up.
Yeah, I was just looking for the right pathway here.
Maybe her name is Xenophon.
Is it? What the dude say about
Xenophon.
Spiders, they don't distinguish like that.
Sage.
Shut it. Shut.
I want to hear what Alex had to say.
Yeah, please, continue.
No, as soon as they say don't,
Please don't.
Sage don't discriminate.
Yeah, that's true.
Spider's spider, right?
That's true.
Oh my god.
That's why you like Spider-Man. So
You did wear that fetish.
He did have that
I
fetish.
It was just a Spider-Man shirt, man. It was just a Spider-Man shirt.
you had a specifically licensed spider fetish.
God. It's a Spider-Man, man.
It couldn't be more official.
You got a spider fetish tattoo yet?
No.
It's on parts not seen by human eyes.
You got a spider face now.
No.
I like how I phrased that. On parts not seen by human eyes.
No, that's good.
I heard Sage has like one of those tattoos on his upper pubis that says like what wicked spells we weave or whatever.
That's pretty good.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. Shit.
Sage, do you leave a lot of tangles up?
No.
I feel like that should be the name of Madam Web 2 when they make Madam Web 2. Yeah.
Sure.
I think Sony's gonna decide to go in on a Madam Web 2.
Would you describe your family tree as a tangled web at this point?
No.
What was that the Sony movie where Sony was like, it was just because of critics poisoning the well?
Yes.
Or
yes.
was it?
No, that is the one that.
Raven?
No. It was Madam Web. So he was like, actually, it's a really good movie, and critics just poisoned the well and said it was bad. Okay. It's actually a really, really good movie.
So they didn't even bother to defend Craven, or?
No, they didn't bother to defend Craven.
That was when they knew the shit.
I mean, it might speak to Craven being an even worse film.
I bet on a technical level, Craven is probably better, at least in terms of maybe.
Do you guys see?
I mean, conventional wisdom, I think, would say so, but who knows with Sony?
Yeah. You guys see the new Snow White has a 1.6 on
Really?
IMDb?
No, jeez.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's pretty low.
Like,
I mean,
there were a lot of people who were mad at the movie for all those woke reasons or whatever, but even like people who wanted to like the movie just walked out. They're like, this movie is a piece of shit. It's impossible to watch.
I just heard it was super mid in that, like.
Yeah, everything I've heard is that it's just boring and mediocre and has nothing to
I heard there's nothing to like about it.
Yeah, that is true.
Did you see it?
I've certainly seen enough reviews about it.
Right.
I like that those weird homeless bandits that were gonna be the dwarves originally are still in the movie. That surprised me.
Well, they already added.
That is correct.
Those assets have been paid for.
The assets have been paid for.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about like the live action actors that they cast instead of dwarves, and then they CGI.
Probably because they had to pay. They probably had to pay severance if they cut them from the movie.
I don't know about that because well, I don't know because people get cut out of movies sometimes just during like the editing process.
No, dude. If you speak in a movie,
no, that's not true. People have definitely gotten cut out of films and not even realized.
Then Red Line.
Dude, tell Alex that story. Tell Alex that story.
I understand that you can cut anybody you want out of. I'm just saying you still have to pay them and do all.
How did Adrian Brody not even know he wasn't in that movie until the premiere of the film?
Because the check cashed. He would have known if he didn't get paid.
Well, I mean, you're paying them for the filming, right? And that's all done ahead of time.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Disney was too cheap to use those actors because they already paid them.
But you're bringing that up in the context of why was some of that footage still reused at a different spot in the film?
That's they already paid for it.
But you're saying even it doesn't matter, they'll pay them even if they cut it out. So then,
yeah, but then they have footage that was already. They were probably so desperate for cash already. They were just like, oh, we have something that's already shot, or we already have the rights to use these actors. Right. Like you know how over budget that movie was already, and it's already.
Well, there's that for sure, but
yeah. And with that movie, I feel like it was like Captain America 4, where they probably almost remade it a couple times.
Just in the editing room.
Yeah. Well, especially
it was Snow White.
They had to go back and do reshoots for that movie.
They had like 2 years worth.
Yeah.
Was that a movie that was originally meant to be out in like one of the COVID years?
I think so.
Okay, because that's crazy.
I think when they originally were talking about releasing it, they were having that kind of, do we just do it streaming or do we do it?
It definitely should just been streaming. Because who's that excited about a new Snow White? Like the last time, I don't
think anybody's that excited about live action Disney anymore.
Well, in general,
watch Lion King.
But that's the thing is, Lion King was an 80s, 90s, right, movie.
Yeah, Snow White is like 80s.
It's the first Disney full-length feature film. It's like 1937.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that, like, I think that, like, the
nostalgia bait it the same way.
I don't think you can nostalgia bait Snow White the same way because the people that grew up with that are dead.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know, Joe Biden's cool.
Well, that's true.
Not that I think
That's about it.
Joe Biden. He's gonna be in some movies soon, I think.
He's Mr. Magoo, dude.
I hope he's coming back.
He's got to star in the Mr. Magoo movie. I know.
He would be a good Magoo.
Oh, he already is Mr. Magoo.
He is, but yeah, he's just literally Magoo.
I'd buy that
for $1.
Pay $1 to go for a ticket for that movie.
I would. I'd watch it for sure.
I'll look it.
You definitely need some more.
Those frogs do a ton of damage.
Yeah, they really do.
I feel like the only time there was ever like modern cinematic hype for Snow White was the first modern hype. Like the first trailer they had for the first Snow White and the Huntsman movie.
In hindsight, that is a better film too than
yeah, but it was like that trailer was actually cool and well edited and stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember some people actually being like tepidly excited about that movie.
I remember at least you wanting to give it a chance.
Yeah,
he gave us some pretty good Florence and the Machine songs too.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Oh shit. Which box?
You see there's a little ramp in there?
Oh yeah.
And honestly, even though that movie's not that great, I'm pretty happy about how derivative the second Snow White and the Huntsman movie was.
Right.
That one was just so fucking generic. Like, I love that one for that reason.
You love movies for being generic?
Well, yeah, it was just like, what are the most popular like Pixar Disney movies right now?
Yeah.
It's Brave and Frozen, and let's just make a movie combining those two. Like,
Yeah.
This is what else is happening.
Yeah.
They basically took the Once Upon a Time approach to.
Yeah, right, yeah.
My mom's a bear.
My mother's a bear. The trailer is very misleading.
And they even had Jessica Chastain as the Scottish woman say, "I'll shoot from my own hand," in that live action.
Remember when Once Upon a Time was on, and it was just be literally any fucking thing that got made.
That
let's
show
just do
was
that.
actually pretty entertaining at times. The episodes I saw with you from later seasons.
It was one of those shows that I did keep watching it because it was just so bad. It was kind of amazing.
Yeah. I liked when that one actor played Hades, and he was just like, "I'm gonna get that baby."
And him and the Wicked Witch of the West go fall in love on a bike ride.
Yeah.
That show is...
It was so fucking weird.
Well, that has been like a Disney impulse forever. Like, what if all of these characters from all these very different stories all existed in the same?
What happened was
Descendants is like the worst version.
Descendants is what happened is ABC was going to do a TV show based on the comic book Fables, and then which is a really good book, and then they lost the rights. And so at the last minute they were like, okay, well let's do this basic concept anyway, but like the ABC Family version,
the Disney perspective.
Yeah, like they just like ABC Family Disney version or whatever.
And Fables was at least based off kind of more of the OG classic.
Yes, it's much darker. Yeah, it's much darker.
We're
talking like the old German version.
Yeah. It's like really.
It's hard to get darker than that.
Right.
Yeah, like the the comic Fables is like all of these fantasy things have like come from like another universe entirely into the real world or whatever because they were being like mass slaughtered by like an imperial invasion. And they like a lot of them are like prostitutes on the streets of New York.
Yeah.
And like it's like really fucked up.
In some ways it's a bit like early Gaiman era, Sandman comics.
It does have some of that too, totally. It totally has that kind of element to it.
I specify early Gaiman, so we're not, thinking about the modern day man.
Yeah.
His legacy is in tatters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
You got fucked up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's an outro.
Oh, fucking
Definitely don't let them giant.
Oh shit! Yep, that is way bigger.
Oh, damn.
I think it's a chunky slice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like hearing that.
If it was a spider.
Yeah.
Spiders have tongues too.
I don't know.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, you're the expert.
Safe, no, I don't know, but it feels good. I like whatever they do.
There's a big pile of health in one of the rooms that you were in recently.
Yeah, I try to remember which side it's on.
I like that Sage sounds like the Forrest Gump of fucking spiders.
He is the
Your
Forrest
impression.
Gump of fucking spiders.
It's been every kind of spider.
Yeah, he stopped being the Ben Shapiro fucking spider.
God damn it!
Is this an upgrade?
I'll take Forrest Gump. Yeah, I'll take Forrest Gump over Ben Shapiro. Yeah, that's definitely a fucking upgrade.
Yeah.
So, on the big frog, I recommend the plastic helmet.
Yes, I think so.
Be careful. I don't
Forrest Gump is a goddamn war hero.
Let's see here.
The sexual preferences of spiders is like a box of chocolate.
All right.
Yeah, the
an
spider
accurate
gun is
statement?
it's kind of almost hard to
That's kind of what it feels like.
So did you say that's an accurate statement?
What?
That the sexual preferences of spiders are like a box of chocolate?
So Sage,
No idea.
Sage specializes in all fetishes.
It's fine.
Oh, what
With
spiders?
spiders. He's about satisfying spiders.
Yeah. Whatever the spider wants, the spider gets. You know?
Yeah. Except for alimony.
He's like,
Yeah.
except for child support.
Once they serve their purpose, you know, you get
Damn.
all rich.
That's
Sage,
there's a
are
lot
you
of
like-
fuckers in this room.
Are you like one of those guys that like fucks older women, like, and you just like, oh, I want to give them like special like experience? Is that how you are with spiders? You just wanna,
No.
you,
So
you really want to. You really want to please. You just really want to please the spiders. Like you're all about fulfilling their fantasies. Like
You like a spider jiggler?
I thought you said Spider J-Lo. The Gigolo, yeah.
Oh, that's
Maybe he's the Spider
Damn.
Spider Deuce Bigelow.
are you? Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're a European spider.
Yeah, he's a Schneider spider.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's the Rob Schneider of fucking Spider.
I hate you.
Sage Dick is this.
Damn.
What is your favorite Rob Schneider movie? Sage?
I don't have one.
Come on.
You have.
No. Are you fucking kidding me? Rob Schneider sucks so goddamn bad.
Mine's probably The Animal, if I'm being honest.
I think less of you now.
You know, I was annoyed really once.
You like some of the Sandler movies where he has significant cameos.
Significant cameos. Huh?
Does he have any cameo?
He was the
and
crazy.
Waterboy.
He was the crazy Hawaiian dude in Big Daddy.
He's the guy that goes,
delivery guy.
you can cut his fucking head off in Waterboy and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, he's probably best used in
When it's only 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He's a big part of that Big Daddy movie.
That's true. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, really. There's a lot of fucking dudes in this room.
You know it's saying something when Sandler only gives you a small part, like in his worst movies. To Schneider.
Sage likes the hot chick.
No, I fucking
Yeah.
don't.
I don't remember that. Please like
Oh my god, dude. Please don't.
I mean, there was just
Don't
a lot
remind me anything about fucking Rob Schneider.
just a lot of Rob Schneider movies in like the 90s and early 2000s where Rob Schneider just got transformed into something he wasn't, and then you had to like.
Rob Schneider is a stapler.
Yeah, that's what that
South Park joke is.
South Park is made. That all of his movies were like, I got body swapped into
do something. Rob Schneider is derpity derp derp.
Yeah. I was really annoyed with the movie.
The Rob Schneider one?
Yeah. Because, like, way back in the old days, they used to have, like, movies.
Good ideas.
No, not good ideas.
No, we're talking about the animal. That's not a sign of there being used to having been good ideas.
We're talking about Rob Schneider.
So there's, like, this, like, obscure, like, war movie called, like, The Beast or some shit, right?
Okay.
And it's like, about, like, Russian shit, like, I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. I'll watch that. And then I turned
like
on, and whoever was running the network fucked up, and they put on the animal instead of the beast.
You watch the animal?
I watched part of it, and I was like, I'm not watching this trash.
Turned it off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Did you at all mistake it for a World War II?
1980s. The Beast is one of those movies. Oh, it got stuck.
That's convenient.
It looks like he's humping the...
Oh no, it's a turtle! Kill it! But, no, it was one of those movies from the 80s where the Taliban are the good guys.
Oh yeah, like Rambo 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's about, like, some Russian dude who gets, like, betrayed by his superior siding with the Taliban.
Oh, okay. That sounds interesting.
It's actually not bad.
Huh. I guess I can see how you'd be disappointed getting the animal instead.
I think anything you would expect him would make it disappointing.
Yeah.
The real Taliban is the friends we made along the way.
I thought you were going to say the real Taliban was Rob Schneider all along.
That's my Taliban.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider is the Taliban.
Yep, you never get that hell.
To be honest, I haven't seen many movies where Rob Schneider headlined them.
No, there are like a handful of movies where he was like body swap.
Right.
And that's like, you know,
Weirdly reoccurring.
Like, I've only seen like little snippets of Deuce Bigelow, and I was like, this seems so revolting, I can't see the rest of it.
he had some show that got canceled pretty quickly. I made Sage watch
I would describe it. You did try and make me watch it. You did try and make me watch that fucking piece of shit.
What was it?
I mean, it was Rob Schneider. Do you need to know more?
I'm just curious what he's doing.
I think it was trying to be a sitcom.
He started in the Benchwarmers.
I do remember him in the Benchwarmers. Yeah.
That was a pretty crap movie.
That was
Wasn't Home Alone 2?
Oh, yeah, that's probably his best movie or something. Too.
Or was he?
He's an extended cameo, David. I mean, he's kind of a part in it. Like, he's the concierge. That he's the one guy at the hotel that's skeptical that Macaulay Culkin is really that his parents are really.
You guys like Norm of the North?
Oh shit.
God, that might be the worst thing he's ever done.
That was pretty bad.
It was hard to fucking. It gave me.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah,
It is bad. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's one of the worst.
I'd say it's definitely up on the list of some of the worst ones.
I mean, also the animation is just atrocious.
you know, there's two more of them.
I think there might be even more than just that.
Really? Last
Yeah.
I heard, there were two.
All right.
Well, there's really he has not starred in all the movies. That's there is one where he's God. What is this? What is this?
Well, that sounds like dog shit.
Yeah. What nightmare universe is that?
Okay, right located behind doorway.
Oh, is that like a religious, like, fucking...
Crisis type movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called The Chosen One.
Oh, okay, now this is where I came
And
from.
it stars Rob Schneider as a car salesman facing a midlife crisis with the aid of native Colombian shamans.
So,
And it's animated?
You know,
Rob
it's not
Schneider
who
is
said it was
middle-aged.
Oh, I thought you said
No,
it
no,
was
it's not.
animated.
that's
Oh. Yeah.
A depressed car salesman, Rob Schneider, is repeatedly interrupted in the act of suicide by a coworker from the Nissan dealership.
Hey, Rob Schneider, he's gonna kill himself.
Well, that sounds kind of funny. He's repeatedly trying to kill himself throughout the movie.
That I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, he is repeatedly interrupted. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds kind of.
It's a movie about Rob Schneider trying to kill himself. That could be good.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if he doesn't succeed,
Yeah, he does have to succeed.
that's the thing.
Complete the hero's journey.
Maybe he goes to heaven, buddy.
Well, that's also
What is it?
that's unrealistic.
Going
He
there.
finally finds faith in himself after the rest of the world puts its faith in him. The sole being on Earth who can save mankind from his
Jeez,
own
are you
destruction and
serious?
trust.
Wow.
Wow, he pulled an M. Night Shyamalan.
I mean, Shyamalan.
Wait, you don't want to
deserves
see that? It's
pull
got
more
it's
than
got
that.
Steve Buscemi in it.
Poor Steve
Ooh,
Buscemi.
that guy. Now, that's somebody I feel
Yeah,
sorry for.
I don't recognize.
Okay, where is this?
I don't
fucking
recognize
key?
any of the rest of the cast.
Didn't Steve Buscemi get stabbed in nightclub or something?
Did he?
No, but he did get like randomly punched in the
Yeah.
face.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, somebody just punched him in the face. Didn't even know who he was. Just-
Yeah.
He was
Just
like,
like-
"You look like the kind of guy." I
Well,
wanna
people
punch."
in New York get randomly punched in the face. So he
Oh
was
yeah,
just-
you go on the subway in
Yeah.
New York, you're crazy.
Yeah,
so he
lady got
He was
punched.
asking for. He had a face. He was asking for.
Well, that's the thing. Actually, it's been trendy recently for like old ladies get like thrown down stairwells and stuff.
I'm sorry, I
Trendy.
laughed at that, but
Yeah.
I think the funny part of it is the word
It's what's
trendy.
in.
yeah.
It's within. It's a fad.
Well, and it makes me think of, like life alert.
They'll move on to infants.
Yeah.
Give it 3 months. They'll move on to children.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. They at least a decade of that being just like random violence being just like a fun thing that people do. Youths do in New York.
Oh, old people do it too. Like middle aged.
Old people been punching people too.
Yeah, well, a lot of the people who do this are like fucking like in their 40s.
Oh, I assumed it was because the young kids were the ones playing. What do they call that? The danger game or whatever, where you punch
Danger game.
you punch people in the back of the head and see them
Yeah,
go
yeah.
unconscious and hit the sidewalk.
Yeah, was that like the one punch challenge? or
Yeah,
something?
something like that. Yeah, let's just punch a 60-year-old woman in the neck and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's happening for sure. It's just
Yeah.
that there's also all these old fucks now who are getting in on it.
Well, maybe it's like payback or something.
They're like, these kids are having too much fun. Nobody let us punch old people in the neck when I was a child.
Well, we got to get it in.
6-year-old punching 80-year-olds. You old fag.
I think the damage power up slowed down time. Slightly.
Yeah, time seems to be going regular speed now.
They like it, right? I think so.
Why don't old people ever get SAG awards just for like being old?
What's a bit bad?
Yeah.
Do they not? They definitely get Oscars for being on, but you know,
I thought they were the ones giving out the
I mean, they do both now.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the number of Oscars that have been given out because like you were a pretty good actor. You're fucking old now. Let's get you one of these Oscars before you die.
I don't like when they do the lifetime, like, friggin'. It's like, we should have given it to you 40 years ago.
Oh yeah, like
But now-
well, that's how you get Guillermo del Toro winning an Oscar for a fish fucking movie.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like
I
you
like
just-
that movie.
A lot of people did think that was good for some reason.
Learned a bit.
Yeah, I
But the
guess.
fact that that's the best movie of the year in their eyes, like,
Well,
that's
it was
pretty
the only
crazy.
fish fucking movie.
I guess
So if you're waiting for the fish fucking movie, of course you're going to get the
Yeah, and they pussied out on Little Mermaid.
Well, that's because she turns into a woman. So it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a reverse sort of thing. They're not as into that.
You die, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. They really missed out. Like, Guillermo del Toro proved how many women wanted to see a fish fuck somebody.
specifically a woman fucking fish. That's what people like.
It's true. Yeah, a lot of women want fish inside them.
And I forgot, was the I mean, I guess not, you know, that this would be like a huge...
Fish finger.
But not that it would be like a main factor to it, but was the main character in Shape of Water the lady that Sally Hawkins played or whatever?
Yes.
Was she like a deaf woman too?
She was deaf, and then she also loved Hollywood. That was the other part.
Oh my god!
Oh, no.
What a dick sucking move in Hollywood!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you remember that whole like dance scene?
How many
Remember
movies
that?
that have won an Oscars about like a fucking screenwriters?
Yeah, But what were you asking?
Well, do you remember that whole like dance scene where they're like in like the fucking Hollywood like theater or whatever? Yeah.
Jesus. That's got yeah. I mean, I love Guillermo del Toro, but that's got to be, unfortunately for me, one of like the worst picks for.
I think I
Guys,
oh no,
water,
yeah.
water is shaped like a fruit.
It's just like one of those. It's like one of those things that sounds like if you were making fun of woke shit too.
Like
that
bad fanfiction.
that you would pitch as a Oscar. Like it's like, what if this deaf lady fucked a fish? She was just so intolerant. She fucked this fish. I mean, it does sound like a bad setup.
For some reason, in fan fiction and now in movies increasingly, like a lot of women are really into like right, like dudes who are dragons, dudes who are vampires, werewolves.
Women like thinking about getting fucked by dragons.
That was that Russian movie.
There is a YA book a cousin of mine was reading one time. Not Sage, but.
Hey, I don't know me.
It wasn't about fighting.
No. Right. But she was reading like a YA book about this chick that was like stalking Jack the Ripper
99%
in Victorian London.
Since she was stalking Jeff Goldblum?
No, she was stalking Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
Because she was like, wow, I like how he butchered up that prostitute. That's like a turn on. So it was just about this.
Oh, well, that's an internal truth about women.
Yeah.
That's why, like, serial killers are inundated with, like, marriage requests.
Yeah.
Right.
Charles Manson, dude.
Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy got married in prison. After he was, like, went through his trial, and they were like, yeah, he murdered 37 women and shoved them in his trunk. Like,
yeah.
Men do that, too, though. There are female murderers who get all kinds of...
But for me as a dude, that female murderer better be pretty hot,
Yeah.
I feel
there is no degree.
There's no level of
there's no degree of hotness where I feel like, oh, I'm maybe here.
Because that is irrelevant.
No, I'm joking, of course, but I'm just saying it's like that would be a factor. It's like if this shit most unfortunate. Like, well, what kind of chicks are you talking about?
Well, I'm thinking there was this chick where like she was famous because she was like having like an affair with some guy, and then like she wanted to break it off, so she killed him. And like she was pretty good looking. So obviously a lot of dudes were like, oh.
Yeah, see that's what it is for. I mean, for those guys, I guess it's just a visual thing. But like Alex is saying, it's just like a psychological thing for women, right? Where it's like,
well, I feel like most of the serial killers that get this attention are at least like, you know, average decent looking.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Ted Bundy, yeah.
Yeah.
Charles Manson did seem to be decent looking, though, right? Like,
I don't remember what he looked like.
Manson might have had it.
Maybe I only remember him when he was old, but
yeah, when Manson was young, he didn't look like he'd be out of place.
When he was a
like
young hippie,
in like a rock band of the time.
He probably looked indistinguishable from a lot of like fucking hippies back then.
Yeah, he looked like he could have been in like the Rolling Stones or AC/DC or something. Like his.
Well, the Rolling Stones had a lot of ugly dudes in the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, but women didn't care that the Rolling Stones were ugly.
Jagger looks like a woman, if anything.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. They didn't care about the looks of that.
Well, that's why they say video killed the radio star, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you look like, I don't know, like nasty guy, then probably not the same.
Yeah, I never heard about a lot of women writing to like BTK or something.
Yeah.
Like one of the fugglier serial killers.
I feel like could be
nobody was like, I love your big 70s glasses and your fupa.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it could be a fallacy, but I feel like maybe on average, female, I mean, serial killers in general are probably going to be kind of ugly or sort of repulsive socially and physically and whatever.
There's less of the female serial killers.
There's less in general, and then the ones that are notarized, I feel like, are usually kind of like the one they made, the Charlize Theron made the movie about from Monster or whatever. I mean, of course, she was unfortunately not very attractive looking.
Well, I don't think she did a lot of drugs and was like a homeless prostitute.
That's true.
So I don't know if she was ugly the whole time, but that lifestyle was a huge strain.
It fucked her. Yeah, for sure. You're right.
It's always interesting to see the difference between the serial killers who do it like I'm not saying they don't all do it for like deeply psychological reasons, but there's a definite difference between the ones who do like a shit ton of drugs and they're like totally fried.
Oh yeah,
and the ones who like sit there and like think about it all, and they're very normal people, but like total psychopath. Like,
oh yeah,
right. Well,
like the difference between like a Ted Bundy and like a Henry Lee Lucas. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Well, that is why it's hard to totally come down on one side or the other with that, one from Monster, because she was victimized as a prostitute by like countless men, and then fucked up on drugs, fucked up her brain for so many years. Like
right.
So it's hard to 100% say how much she would have done that in a normal state of mind, but
right.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
It's also hard to say how much Charles Manson would have done what he did if it weren't for the CIA.
Very true.
The amount of empathy also that guy. Oh my God. I couldn't believe reading about like the people that were like associated with him and got him out of jail.
Over and over again, dude. The guy who specifically got him out of prison like multiple times was like straight up an MK Ultra scientist.
I want to back that. There's a little bit left.
Yeah, man.
How far back was that?
If you know some of like the shadow history of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, what a weird time in this country, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, it was a weird time. Yeah, no matter what.
Just like, dude, what we were doing in Panama and Nicaragua and shit like that.
Oh, that shit was fucked up,
what we
dude.
were doing with Noriega and bringing drugs into the country and stuff like that.
Still paying for that shit.
Well, you bet we are, dude. Noriega's still in charge in Nicaragua, dude. Now he's part of the axis of evil, or whatever they're calling it these days.
I mean, that's what always happens.
Yeah, if we pay you,
dictator.
if we pay you within a decade, we're gonna try to murder you.
Yeah.
Just like Gaddafi.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, the whole like history of what Gaddafi was fucking crazy.
What? Gaddafi's the most dangerous terrorist leader in the world history.
He's also an American hero.
Well,
am I
American
going
hero
backwards?
for a little while.
No, I think you're going the right.
Am I?
I think so.
We don't talk about when he was an American hero.
Oh, it's after 4, Michael.
Well, 4:30.
Oh, 4:30. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, this is oh, wait, no, there's a button. Yeah, no.
Sorry, what did you say?
I applied to do it. They do this.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, they're one of your listeners.
Another big arena, it looks like.
I don't think this one is made.
Yeah, get out of here, son of a bitch.
Did you guys know it's illegal to own more than 6 dildos in Texas?
What do you need more than 6 dildos for?
It's funny
I mean, it's
they
a good
would.
question.
You're running out of holes at that point.
I want to know how they came up with the number 6.
I was gonna say it's funny they draw them. So,
Yeah, that seems weird and just super specific. Like,
You're
why,
Like, well, you know,
why is 6 good though?
you gotta have a dildo for your pussy, dildo for your ass, dildo for your mouth, a couple for the ears.
4 and 7 wants to
You get, but you try to double fuck your nostrils, and we're coming for you.
Sounds like a...
God didn't intend you to double stuff your nose.
It sounds like a dirty Jeff Foxworthy.
A little bit. I like that it's
You
legal.
might be a fucking degenerate.
I like that it's legal to have as many guns as you want, but not dildos. So that's the question. What if you made a dildo that's also a gun?
Then you could have as many as you want.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's cool.
you can't stop me from loading 1,000 dildos into my AR-15.
Listen here, guns are for killing people, not for sticking up your butt.
If you want to stick a gun up your booty, you might just be a sex criminal.
I just imagine a dildo that's firing bullets through the pee hole. And
Yeah.
Okay.
I
was
think
thinking-
it's a silencer.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of like a bandolier. I was thinking of like
Yeah.
a bandolier of rubber dicks.
Oh, that was just
That's my new band name.
On the comics at one point, I still want dildos to be fired as like projectiles in space at one point.
Okay.
You know.
Well, come on. Oh, God. There's something.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like-
it's
Ooh.
Careful, dude.
That's why I tapped it and it scooted across the desk.
Okay. I think all those guys are gone.
Apparently, they also want to create a new law to make it so that you need to show your ID or to apply a dildo.
I don't like anything where you have to show your ID out, man. I don't believe in it.
Well, they make
I don't
sure
care.
that-
I don't care if it's liquor, porn, drugs, R-rated movies. Like, I don't think you should ever have to provide your ID online.
You'd hate China.
I do hate China.
Because literally, in order to access anything on the Chinese internet, you need to provide an ID.
Yeah, so that they can track literally whatever you're doing and have your name attached to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
Hey, you've discovered the secret of the oots.
What? What do you mean by that?
It's the best Ninja Turtles.
I thought that was a My Little Pony.
No, that's turning. No, that's TMNT, dude.
No, I watched some. My grandma had like 3 VHSs at her house, and one of them was like an '80s My Little Pony movie about some shit called the Ooze.
Really?
Huh.
I thought you were going to say they were all 3 of the first 3 live-action Ninja Turtles movies.
Was that from like the old generation of My Little Pony?
Yeah, that was way before Brony.
Yeah.
That was like when My Little Pony was just for little girls. But it was one of 3 movies my grandma had. So
Ooh, damn, I just got a... That's a sick fucking upgrade for just my, like...
It's a temporary hammer.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you find like case people.
That's pretty slick.
A bandolier of rubber dicks.
We're the first. I guess this could offend some bronies or whatever, but we're
Who
the
gives a fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a protected class of people. Like,
We can offend them if they offend us.
oh sure, but
and
we're,
they're primarily white men, so I think you're always allowed to come with those people.
well, that's kind of
Bronies are a privileged class, so we can take them down.
okay. Well, we're the first like males that were showed interest in My Little Pony. Were they all like sexual delinquent men? Like,
Some of them, at least.
Based on how
So
the movement
friendship-
went, I think.
Friendship is like My Little Pony. Friendship is
Oh,
magic,
Alex is
and-
giving us the history lesson.
and there were people who were just interested in what Tara Strong was up to. They liked.
wow, Tara Strong is to blame for all
Happy
this.
Autism Awareness Month.
Yeah, that's fitting for this channel.
yeah, that is definitely.
Yes.
But like,
We could call this channel.
but I mean, people.
We could. That could
Tara-
be the
I
name
mean-
of the show.
Tara Strong was behind some of the greatest stuff that Cartoon Network.
Oh no,
had.
Tara Strong's a great voice actress. I forgot she
Yeah.
was one of the main voices.
And then just the whole team behind it were people who did Powerpuff Girls and people who had worked on Samurai Jack and
Right,
Courage the Cowardly Dog and stuff. So people were kind of interested.
Yeah.
And then some of the guys who were just like, oh, maybe this is good. It had a little bit of that, like, more adult-focused humor. Like, jokes that adults could
Yeah,
like.
you jerked out for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. And then it went from some people being like, ah, yeah, this is pretty good for like a kid show, to people being like, I want to fuck the ponies, and then it just spiraled.
Yeah, that's the faction of it I don't like.
Somebody's gonna take that clip up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, don't anybody clip that.
shut up, dude.
He's already got the pigeons number.
Yeah, I already got that pigeon cock conversation clipped out. It's a good question, though. I stand by that question.
What's going on with these?
Nobody's given me an answer to that question.
About how big a pigeon cock is?
How big is big for a pigeon? You guys are like, oh, these big pigeon cocks, and I'm like, what is a
That's
big...
not what we said.
That is what you said.
I made an allusion to, you know what they say about guys with big beaks, and then like guys with big noses. Right?
Yeah.
So it's an implication. So I wasn't going like, the pigeon cocks are big.
All I know is you were talking about big pigeon cock, and I didn't know how to contextualize that. I'm like, I don't know the difference between, like, if I looked at a pigeon cock, I wouldn't know if it was a big one or a little one. Like, I don't know how big
But
pigeon
pigeons
cock
would know the
is.
difference between I was talking.
Okay, well,
Yeah, 'cause there's that whole pigeon dating experiment.
no, I understand. Yeah, the pigeon dating app, and all I was asking was like, how big is big for a pigeon cock? Like, that's
Important question. You know?
Michael, do you know about that scientific experiment?
I've heard you guys talk about this stuff a lot, but
You know the specifics.
I don't think so.
All right, so I'll wrap it up for you. So they did this experiment with pigeons where they basically created a dating app for pigeons to use, and then they wanted to see what it was that pigeons found attractive.
Oh, like they would peck the screen. Or...
Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Like a touch screen. So
Yeah, they basically pigeon Tinder.
Pigeon Tinder.
And,
Yeah, I do kind of remember.
okay.
that's what pigeon.
And what they found out is that you could like fuck around with like what a pigeon's face is like in a lot of ways. Pigeons don't care.
Yeah, but also, I think I asked this before, but did they take into consideration that the pigeon has randomly been pecking the screen?
Yes, they did actually.
Oh.
So they trained the pigeons on what the app was first.
Oh,
So they
had to pay for this fucking.
So that was its own experiment, and then
Who cared about any of this?
weird scientists.
Your government with your money.
They're seeking the death penalty for Louisiana.
I didn't
I
see
saw
that.
that. I don't know if he deserves the death penalty.
Yeah, I don't.
But obviously,
it's a single-
because the person he
single
killed was a
murder.
fake deal, so they have to,
Right.
make an example.
I think the reason they're doing is because it is like I don't know if you say politically motivated, but like it was a kind of like, I don't want to call it terrorism either way, but he killed the guy with like an ideological purpose.
That does make it different. Yeah.
But
It makes a difference in the sense that Ulysses was saying. If they want to send an example,
Exactly.
set an example. I don't know. I still don't know about giving people the death penalty for killing a single person. Sometimes when it's like law enforcement or like members of the military, maybe.
I feel good.
What?
Children,
Yeah.
maybe. But I don't. One murder death penalty. I'm not.
What wasn't it in New York City?
Oh, shit.
Do they have the death penalty?
This is
what
a
is-
federal crime because he wasn't from New
That's
York,
okay.
so he crossed state lines. So as soon as you cross state lines, it becomes a federal.
Oh, okay. I assumed he was a New Yorker.
No, I think he was from Pennsylvania. But as soon as you drive across state lines to commit a crime, then it's the feds. The feds take it from the state.
So if New Yorkers kill people, it's okay.
Yeah.
If New Yorkers kill New Yorkers,
Yeah.
I mean, you can like
Or at
New
least
York
kill
go to
people in New
Pennsylvania
York.
and do the same thing.
But like if I drove to Illinois and killed somebody, it'd be the FBI's problem. It would
Interesting.
automatic because it's anything. The federal government steps in on a lot of stuff only when it's between two states, when it's interstate.
Okay. I mean, that does make sense. I always assumed that the FBI would only give... Like, I thought it was, like, serial killing to cross states or whatever, but...
No, anytime like a crime occurs in the same crime occurs in multiple jurisdictions or something, then the FBI steps in. The FBI was originally only supposed to exist to negotiate between state law enforcement, so they'd step in so that like the states didn't try to big dick each other and like force some level of cooperation. Now it's its own branch of law enforcement. And all
When it was, wasn't it also?
Why don't we hear about serial killers anymore? Well, they're just not as successful as these.
It's too hard with DNA evidence and stuff like that.
Also, not only that, but surveillance technology.
Yeah, there's a lot more cameras around and stuff like that.
And if someone is somehow good enough to not get caught, then they're never getting caught, too, right? Like,
and they're going to track your phone, too, these days. Like,
and the thing about serial killers is they're usually not the Hannibal Lecter type. They're usually quite dumb.
Well, one of the big problems for serial killers is the first kill is almost always an accident.
Yeah.
So if you make that first kill and get caught, and you didn't, like, it was a total, like, crime of passion, and you didn't do anything to mitigate the evidence, which these days means you're going to get caught, you're probably not going to get away with it and then be sitting there in bed being like, I want to do that again, which is kind of where serial killers come from.
Yeah, because you don't know you like it until you do it once.
And then you spend your whole life chasing the high of your first kill, or the kill that you know is too close to you for you to get away with. So then you kill other people.
Yeah.
It's usually like a family member they want to murder or something.
And perhaps people with homicidal tendencies might go into the military or something, and therefore
And then they're just legally allowed to.
not get caught in a way.
I don't know if that's ever really been the case.
It's too much.
I know a lot about like criminal psychology and stuff like that. It's somewhat of an interest of mine, I guess.
The few times where we've had more modern serial killers is usually when they were people who had joined the police force. So they were able to get away with it because of less scrutiny and legal.
And having... Yeah, we've had a few serial killers that have killed like a few prostitutes or like homeless people and then been caught. But we don't have like the 70s, 80s serial killers putting up like double digits anymore. That's basically
just doesn't happen.
I think you listen like forensics and stuff like that. Just way too good.
So I wonder if as a subgenre of stories and films and stuff, if that will even be very prevalent for like 100 years from now.
I would be
putting up LeBron numbers.
I wouldn't be shocked if the serial killer is almost a mythological figure.
Yeah, like
in American pop culture.
Yeah.
Like even if they kind of cease to exist, they'll always exist in the popular imagination.
I mean, I think there could just be too much kind of fun creativity to be had and telling a story about it for it to totally go away. But
I just feel like
But we don't live in fear. Like people, you don't understand. You don't understand if
fear dominates the culture.
Right.
If you haven't watched a few documentaries about like Son of Sam or like the Manson murders or Ted Bundy, like and heard people being interviewed about how afraid they were.
But hey, stuff like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is still getting made.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say we're not totally, far away enough from,
No, I mean, there's a ton of people who live through it still. Like, those documentaries are super interesting when you hear women talk about where they're like, I knew I was young and pretty and blonde, and, like, I just knew that I was, like, fit the victim profile, and, like, you would just have to hide, but you wouldn't go out at night. And,
yeah.
That was part of the whole thing. It's like, oh, don't let your kids go outside.
God damn it.
Yeah, you were super low.
yeah,
I just barely managed to get through that last fight. Now,
kind of sucks that you got respawn this low on health.
yeah, it's just where it's just however it's saved.
Yeah,
doable. If you check the boxes, there might be a health thing around.
Yeah.
Usually generous.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I feel like it's been able to grab resources pretty much around every single corner.
Close.
Hey! Awesome.
Serial killer psychology is pretty wild.
There's a reason why
very strange people.
There's a reason why like true crime documentary type stuff is so popular.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I don't see the true crime stuff disappearing anytime soon.
Like, you know what's weird is now there are people making AI fake true crime stuff where it didn't actually happen, but they still call it true crime.
That's genius. Dude, some of the AI scams are getting so crazy. I saw a new scam.
We should make some money by getting in on
We should. One of the best scams I've seen. Apparently, there's a group out of India right now who's doing this 50-state scam where they AI generate pictures of women holding up like these quilts for each of the states. Like there's like a Texas quilt and like a Florida quilt and a New York quilt. And they're holding up these quilts, and then on Facebook they just post the same message, which is like, my autistic son made this. If you really need some encouragement, please buy it or whatever. And then you buy it, and then they never send it to you, and they pocket the money.
Oh, smart.
And they just keep on AI generating these quilts.
Scammers, man.
We can make some money on that.
Where are you most interested in serial killer?
Man, there's a lot. It also depends on what kind of question you're at. Like, why am I fascinated? I mean, Albert Fish is the weirdest serial killer I've ever.
Oh yeah, he's.
I've ever.
I mean,
like a sadist and a masochist, and like the way that like pre-World War II Germany really worked his mind when he was there. I don't know, but there's a lot of them who are interesting for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, Alex, you wrote that fanfic about him in high school.
I wasn't a fan.
he wrote a short story about him being like the Antichrist.
Yeah.
It was not a fan.
Not the sort of thing you'd see on Tumblr.
No. But like, I mean, yeah, there are some. I don't know. They're all interesting for different reasons too. Like some of them are interesting for their psychology. Some are interesting for like the circumstances of the execution they lived in.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Albert Fish like literally eat his own shit like the public town square?
He did all sorts of weird stuff.
That's very German. Yeah.
I mean, like
that's why I know what he thought of. That was just a normal thing there.
Yeah, it could be like purely legend. They know he definitely shoved like dozens of needles in his paint and left them there.
Yeah, for years, right?
Oh,
and then like slowly
healed, and
they like slowly like went up and further and further. Yeah, there's like X-rays you can look out of them, aren't there?
Yeah, yeah. But they
Alex showed them to me. So
I wonder if the chaos cultists are based on Albert Fish. Should they do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there's supposedly, and it could be an apocryphal story, but he supposedly had so many needles in his paint that it short-circuited the electric chair.
Consider disloyalty and dereliction of all.
Albert Fish is basically a real-life Cenobite.
He's the strangest psychologically human being I've ever encountered, and truly just twisted and gross. Like,
well, there's still no shortage of twisted and gross today, but yeah, probably not on that level.
Again, there are things you just can't get away with in this. There's a level of like depravity and horrificness that you just can't get away with in a developed country in the modern era. Like,
it's literally impossible.
Not gonna. Which is great. Which is actually
a good thing. No, it's a
very good thing.
Yeah, I think everybody's happier.
Like I'm interested in these people, but I would really like if they didn't exist. Like if there was never another one.
That's one plus about living in modern times. We live in post-serial killers.
Yeah, especially with like you go further back in the past, where like serial killers probably got away with these more shit than never really know about them.
Yeah, there's
the worst ones ever. We probably don't know about.
If you go back into the past, there's a good chance that mythological creatures were created to explain like werewolves and vampires, stuff like that. Those may have been the explanation.
Actually, I got
what
an interesting thing to tell you guys. I don't know if I told you guys before, but did I tell you about like the fucking like World War caveman that was basically going on like around like between 20,000?
Oh, you did tell me about it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, dude, this is insane. So basically,
are you talking about when the population got down to like 1,000?
Not exactly.
Okay.
What this was is, it's kind of like that, but it's a bit different. Because, like, there's a specific event where, like, there's some sort of climate catastrophe that led to a genetic bottleneck. But this is different, because this is a genetic bottleneck only in the male population.
Yes, I've heard about.
Okay,
this.
yeah, like 95% of men were not surviving.
Well,
in this time period, and
the harems were crazy.
And it seems like, based on more and more archaeological evidence we can find it, the reason for this is because everybody was murdering the fuck out of each other all the time, like worldwide. We're talking like fucking Conan Barbarian, like skull cults, where like tribes of people would go around for hundreds of miles, harvesting thousands of people, and just murdering them, turning their like bodies into shrines and shit.
The Grimskull War.
Yeah. And like in Asia, you had like all these cannibal cults, like the weird cannibal empire in China.
Yeah.
And in like the Middle East, you had all kinds of like this insane level of massacres going. There's like all this evidence from around the same time period. And it seems to have been specifically when you had transition from hunter-gatherers to farmers. So I'm guessing a combination of sort of like desperation plus like the sort of division between farmers and gatherers, where like the Mongols would use people who live in cities as human. Yeah. So I would imagine that, especially knowing that early farmers had like worse diets than hunter-gatherers, and they were a lot smaller and weaker, so they were probably seen as like easy targets. Yeah.
Well, I do feel like the Mongols may have refined that idea to the like most explicit extent, but I feel like that was always an undercurrent in nomadic society.
Yeah.
Was that like people who lived in settled societies were less. Yeah. The Scythians definitely felt that way. They may not have said it as explicitly as the Mongols did, but they definitely felt that way. That's why they did all that body modification, is they didn't want to be confused.
Pause a second. Fuck up the wires here.
For sure. But it was good hanging, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
probably going to turn this on.
Yeah.
We're about, yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I am the Michael now.
Look at Michael. Oh shit, Jesus.
Maybe you need a Michael here to give you the spiritual energy. Yeah, there are like countless massacre sites all around the world. When just like where like villages will just sat in one place where people would just be murdering each other for decades. So eventually that village itself got wiped out by someone else.
I'm always amazed by the people who really just don't want to accept how brutal we were in the past. Like I remember, like when people were talking about the Carthaginians, and they were like the Romans wrote so much about the Carthaginians and human and like child sacrifice, and so many academics were like, this is Roman propaganda. Like you can't listen to this. Like they're making this up. It's because they hated them and they wanted to demonize them, and then they went to go dig up like all these Carthaginian sites in Tunisia, and it's just filled with dead kids.
Yes.
No adults, no nothing, or whatever. And they're like, well, there's a lot of reasons there might be giant mass graves of children. It doesn't mean there was child sacrifice.
They also found those jars that were specifically filled with dead kids, and I think it was it Sicily, or was one of the other islands that the Carthaginians had colonized.
But, I mean, that's just kind of the way it was. And because the Carthaginians were descended from the Phoenicians, and we know there were child sacrifice cults in like modern day Lebanon, it's like not that surprising.
I mean, it is. To be fair, the Romans did talk a lot of mad shit about their enemies. And
I mean, they said things about, well,
the Romans definitely
they exaggerated stuff. They didn't always invent things out of whole cloth. I was gonna say they said some pretty crazy stuff about the Gauls and the Germans, but the Gauls and the Germans were keeping like the severed heads of their enemies in chests of oil. Like they really did do that. That's not something the Romans made up.
Some people definitely just don't want to
acknowledge how brutal the human race is.
Yeah. Like they don't want to.
There are a lot of people who want to pretend that like immorality and brutalness are sort of modern inventions.
Yeah, it's the Rousseauianism where it's like, oh no, like nobility is savage. It's like, I mean, like, humans are pretty shit deep down, man. Like, you give them... Like, it doesn't matter if they have modern technology or not. Like, I'm not saying people are better with modern technology. They do awful things with modern technology. But it's not technology that makes them do it. It's human nature.
Oh, but what I was going to say about the weird, like, absolutely brutal mass murder period of history is I think that's specifically where a lot of legends and folk tales about things like ogres and trolls
I can see
come
that.
from.
I can see that.
Because, I mean, if the people in the cities eventually won out and survived, and so they're the ones who are going to be writing the stories.
Yeah,
and if you have all these legends about these giant monster men living in the hinterland that would abduct people and brutally murder and eat them, well, I mean, that's kind of what was actually happening, so that's probably the inspiration.
Well, and we were just talking about the Scythians, but, like, there was, for the nomadic people, there was such an incentive to not seem like even the same species as settled humans that they were doing the skull modification and elongation and stuff like that. To the point where they did not look like the same species as settled civilization. They were intentionally modifying their bodies so that they didn't look like settled people.
Which also might explain why the Greeks probably based the centaurs off of them.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the Aztecs were doing the same shit because they were originally a nomadic society that had settled down in the whatever it is.
Yeah, in the it's just called the Mestiza. It's like where modern day Mexico City is.
Yeah.
In the swamps.
And then, they eventually drained them.
It's true. They actually built... I mean, the Aztecs were hella engineers, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Building pyramids on top of, like, thatch pads on the swamp.
I wish all that stuff was still there.
That would be so cool. I don't know if that stuff lasts forever, though. I mean, like, eventually those pads had to go bad, right?
Well, I mean, for all the descriptions, it's not like empty.
Oh, yeah. An entire city just floated. Like, it sounds like a Mesoamerican Venice.
Basically,
it was filled with, like, canals. Pretty amazing.
I do want to go to Chichen Itza at some point.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to Chichen Itza. That was very cool. Is it one time a year that the sun directly aligns with Chichen Itza so it looks like a snake is, like, descending the pyramid?
I think
like
you're right,
The shadows make it look like it's crawling down the pyramid.
Jesus.
How's this game treat?
Nah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, you can definitely feel sort of both the older Doom game influence, but then also the Doom Eternal influence.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a nice little mix of both.
Nice. It's a pretty sweet game. It's not quite Doom Eternal Swarm level, though.
It's not as crazy.
We're
as
only
Doom
in the
Eternal.
first episode.
That's a fair point.
Are we only on the first episode?
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
I just know the swarms in Doom Eternal on the real.
Oh yeah, that game is hard as fuck.
I was just like, I couldn't play this.
That is a game that is going to give me growth someday.
Yeah.
It almost gave you.
He got 100% of the kills and stuff.
I think he's always been getting 100% of the kills. It's the secrets that are...
He got 99%.
Oh, okay. Left one guy behind.
One guy behind.
You missed one, dude.
All you have to do is get inside.
Huh.
I'm pretty good at getting inside of things.
Don't you fucking...
What? What did you think I was going to say?
What do you think I think you were going to say?
Were you thinking of spiders?
What were
well, that
you...
just tells me that's what you were thinking of. Yeah, I'd say we've seen probably most of the enemy roster by now, but there's definitely a few big ones that are going to come out.
Like boss fight ones?
There are boss fight ones, and then there's also...
And we haven't had a single actual boss fight yet.
Not yet.
That's crazy.
And there's also a particularly nasty regular enemy.
Oh god. It's not as bad as the Marauders, though, right?
No, it's not bad. Marauders are still one of the toughest enemies I've ever seen in any FPS ever. And that includes a lot of bosses.
Oh, Oh yeah, I found the bosses in Doom Eternal way easier than just dealing with like one of those fucking things. I mean, eventually I did get the timing down to where it wasn't so bad. It was enough practice.
Marauders bust your balls, but they do teach you how to deal with them.
Right.
And I feel like once you've gotten to the point where you're taking on Marauders, you're also just better at doing everything else.
That's also true. Although now that it's been like 5 years since I played the game,
you'd have to pick up your skills.
Yeah, I'd have to
but you did it once, you can do it again.
That's definitely true.
It's like riding
with some compression gloves.
It's like riding a spider.
God damn it!
He's back on the thorax again.
See ya.
We're going.
Sage in the saddle.
Put saddles on them?
Did you say you put saddles on the spiders?
No.
Do you put on spurs and a cowboy hat?
Ooh, spurs for the spiders, dude?
Oh. Oh my god.
Damn, dude. You really go all out?
It's like, yeehaw, Daddy's getting water in the desert. Giddy up.
Oh my god.
Tiresome Fox really wanted the spider content today.
That's true.
Sorry, Sage. It's such a staple of our channel. I can't.
Oh, new friend.
He's fast.
Fortunately,
you
killed him right away, so he couldn't do his thing. But you'll see it at some point. I'll let it be a surprise.
Apparently, I'm gonna really hate this enemy type.
There's a very specific thing that he does where a lot of times he's okay, but when he does the thing, you're like, fuck you.
Well, like I said, it's not as bad as...
It's not a spider, don't worry. I don't think this game has spiders. A rare spiderless game.
Yeah. It must have been a suggestion from you. What is it?
Okay.
Is that fireball what he does?
Oh no.
Did he just refill his health?
Yes, he did.
Oh, god damn it. That's definitely annoying.
So, what that guy does, and you should be glad he didn't hit you again when he survived.
There's another one over there, too, though.
There's an aspiring champion.
So, an aspiring champion, when they hit you, they basically gain the favor of the Chaos Gods, and they become chosen champions. Which means that they revive when they die, and they do way more damage, and they become way faster.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, you gotta be careful.
Right. Well, the Marauders I start at their most difficult and just stay that way.
Marauders will kick your ass the first time, and they'll just keep kicking your ass.
I can't believe you like that.
I know. It's because there wasn't enough monkeys.
They're a serious lack of monkeys.
We haven't played very many monkeys.
You even taken Michael into consideration.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I got Rise of Kong on sale.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, well, yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad that
we'll get him reimbursed.
Yeah, I'm glad he convinced you to get that.
I mean, I was just thinking of him.
I feel like this channel's got a shit.
We have a lot of shits. It's gotten weird.
It's pretty weird around here.
Well, you wanted a channel with all of us on it.
Yeah, that was the price you got to pay.
Yeah, I am fully aware.
Anytime you have enough of us in a room, things are going to get hot.
Yeah. Especially when it's all four of us.
So this is chaos, just complete insanity. If somebody were to break down your door and walk in on us, they'd think they'd walked into a mental institution by mistake.
She'd make the face. They'd make the face that Sky makes.
Every 5 minutes. Sky does give us a lot of looks.
And I don't blame her.
No, I don't blame her at all.
I couldn't tell you exactly what a streamer of beans is or
Screaming a lot of Zeech, that's for sure. Do like this gun. It's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, this thing just cares too much. The only downside of it is it does slow your walking speed down.
Oh yeah, that makes it harder to kind of keep your movement up.
But it's not too bad once you use it. You got another couple guns.
Oh yeah, we're not even done now.
Exciting spider pack.
Ooh,
fuck you,
spider pack. Hey man, we want to educate people.
Yeah, I need new jokes to make it. 8 strange but true spider facts from the Smithsonian.
Ooh.
Some male spiders just want to be eaten. You want to be eaten, Sage?
No.
Black widows are known for cannibalizing their mates, but this doesn't actually happen all the time. The exception seems to be the red widow, where the male force feeds himself to the female by placing himself into her mandible. If she spits him out, so to speak, he will keep placing himself there until she eventually eats him. Do you do this?
Oh.
You just like shove your ass in a spider's face?
It sounds like a real cuck of a spider. Just being honest.
Say, just like, you can eat me, just don't make me pay child support.
I'd rather die!
God damn it. And health. Somewhere.
This game busts your balls so far. I didn't even attempt the highest difficulty. Maybe I will sometime.
I do like the guts slowly sliding off the ceiling and walls. It's pretty good.
During the 16th and 17th centuries, it was believed that a bite from a species of wolf spider named tarantula, after the Taranto region of Italy, would be fatal unless the victim engaged in frenzied dancing to a specific piece of music.
Oh, that's where the tarantella comes from.
Yep, that's right.
You dance the
inspired
tarantella?
a dance locally known as the tarantella.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what the tarantella is?
No.
Come on, that's how you pick up spiders at the club.
Yeah,
man.
for Christ's sake, you know.
I don't
You know about it.
I don't
Spiders
know
love
anything.
your tarantella skin.
They do like your tarantella, dude.
They're like, oh, that he's had some experience with bit by spider.
Jesus Christ.
Do you like wolf spiders, or is that too much of a furry thing?
No, I don't.
You make a spider wear dog ears.
What?
Like wolf ears, you know?
Oh.
Oh, you're more of a cat ears guy.
That's it.
Did you know that?
You all disgust me.
Did you know that hundreds of millions of years ago, spiders actually had tails?
Huh. Why?
I don't know. Because they came from a sea creature that had a tail like a pendant.
Sure.
But what do you think of that? Do you like the spider with the tail?
You like a spider with a tail?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Sage once. Come on, man. That's funny.
They just breathe it like. You definitely say you're a light guy.
What kind of guy are you, Sage? Yeah, let's all say what kind of guy we are on 3. 1, 2, 3. Y'all suck.
You can say anything.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't say no.
Alright. 1, 2, ass. Fuck you guys.
Tits.
Yeah, I would also say that.
Tits.
I do like a good ass, but I like.
I mean, ass could be great. I overall more of a tit guy, though.
Yeah. Sage is mostly a white guy.
Shut
That's
up.
definitely.
Shut the fuck up. Well, Ulysses will take anything as long as it's not moving.
Oh, goddamn. You leave me alone, man.
Oh, you leave me alone.
That's not fair, man. You're taking this to a dirty place.
Oh, I'm taking it to
That's
a dirty
right,
place.
man.
Oh,
That was
okay.
completely uncalled for.
Oh, wow.
This channel needs some beasts.
Okay.
You'll have to pry those cold dead
Oh,
shits
it's-
from my cold dead hands.
Yeah, decency's real rich coming from a grave robber.
So not a weasel.
Yeah. Then
You
stop
know what?
following me
Say
into
whatever.
these things.
Say whatever you will about Ulysses' habits, but he never impregnates a dead body of runs.
I mean, to be fair, that is a time to run.
Well,
Not that I support Sage's flagrant abandonment of his spider spawn, but if you do somehow...
You know Ulysses is sitting there going like, I don't have to worry about pregnancy. Free cream pies.
yeah, I know that.
No, corpse cream pies. That's the answer. Okay? That's just gross. You guys really did have to find, like, the foulest thing you can imagine.
Nothing else was bothering you.
Sage said it, not me.
You were the first one to
laughed,
bring it
motherfucker.
up.
I did not bring it up first.
No, that was you, Sage.
Ulysses.
Oh,
You
well,
have to
this
say-
today specifically. But
Ulysses.
the dead body thing in
No.
general.
No,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No, that wasn't Alex.
That was
yes,
not
it was.
Ulysses,
Yes, it was.
No, Ulysses
Yes,
has
it
to
was.
agree with me that the first couple times you said that, I was like, I don't know if we should go.
You did laugh, though.
I laughed.
You
I
You're
laughed. I'm not
you're
gonna
off
laugh.
the hook, man.
No,
I'm not gonna
no.
say I didn't laugh, but I also was like,
You were not the first one to bring it up, though.
Yeah, I
That's
was
true.
not.
No, he was the 100%.
I'll be fair to you, Sage. I don't remember if it was you or Mike,
But it was
I
not
think
me.
it was you.
It was no,
Because
it was Alex.
No,
It was not Alex.
It was
It was
Alex.
not me.
No.
because-
It was Alex.
Because
I
that
will
was the
defend
first,
Alex on
that
that.
was the first time that I was like,
It was
I don't know
Alex.
if we should go this far.
No. It was Alex, and I remember this because he threw it out there as a little comment he didn't expect us to pick up on. And then when Michael was like, "Ooh, yeah, let's keep going with that."
I like how you're trying to absolve yourself here.
Oh no! I was with Michael on that. But it was
Okay.
definitely me and Michael jumped onto what Alex said.
That okay, you might be right because it might
I
be
know I'm
possible
right.
I made one
I know
joke
I'm
and then
right.
I tried to reel that shit back and you guys wouldn't let it go. I know.
I'm still blaming you. I'm still blaming you.
That is
I don't remember
100%.
for sure. The first thing I remember,
for sure.
The first thing I remember with that was me being like, I don't know if we should do this one.
You said it, and then you were like, and yeah, you weren't sure about it, but you did say it.
So yeah, fuck you.
Fine. I don't care. It's stuck now. There's nothing I could do about it.
It's your thing, man.
I tried to pull back and have a reasonable conversation as a group, and I was definitely over.
Man, he tried to pull back like he tried to pull out of a no.
Yeah, that's not fair. It's a pretty half-hearted pullout.
Hey, at least it's him. What is wrong with this channel?
What's wrong with us?
We
is
bring out the
people-
worst.
this whole ad hominem attacks all the time.
It's like them.
That could also be what we call the street.
Ad
All
hominem?
all the time.
That would actually be a pretty good name.
I feel like sometimes we are like toxic masculinity. Whereas like, what
We
do you
might
do?
be.
Whereas like, it's like, hey, he hurt my feelings. What are you gonna do? Try to hurt his feelings twice?
By the way, I think you can hold down your melee button on tougher enemies, so if it doesn't die instantly, you can still kind of.
Okay.
There's also a power up you can get at some point in the game that makes your melee attacks way stronger.
Nice. Alex, what are you laughing at?
Oh, I thought you were giving us more spider facts.
I just like when
You didn't read 8 spider facts, motherfucker. You read 2.
Well, there were only 2 good ones.
Uh,
I like when Ulysses, like if you hold down on the button, you can go away that.
fuck
What?
you.
Oh.
He's trying to make a.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
Alright, I'll find some more spider.
That sounds good.
14, this from BBC. Big bug talk.
I was trying to think of a good acronym, too.
Spiders aren't insects. What the fuck? These are like baby bitch facts. I knew that one.
Maybe you can throw it. Or maybe not.
Yeah, I think I gotta make it with a jump somehow.
You can't jump on that, right?
It's too low.
Maybe you need full key.
Maybe I have to go get that and come back.
Oh, damn, Sage. Don't get too turned on.
Don't worry, it won't be a problem for me.
How do spiders make silk?
I don't.
Spider silk starts out in the silk glands as a watery gel of long protein chains.
Oh shit! Do you like it when spiders like silk all over you?
Yeah. Do you like a watery gel of long protein chains directly in your face?
I don't know, Ulysses. Does that happen when you fish the bodies out of the water?
No.
No, they're not spider bodies, motherfucker.
Right now.
What the hell? We're not.
As the tube narrows.
He's not gotten it at all.
Oh, shut up! I just did, motherfucker.
As the tube narrows.
You just started.
Now we can finish.
As the tube.
We're talking about spiders. You can finish.
Tube.
I don't give a shit.
As the tube narrows, coatings are applied to the mixture to provide stickiness and water resistance. For example, before it emerges through tiny spigots, devices that control the flow of liquid on the spider's spinneret, the gel solidifies only when stretched, so rather than being squeezed out like toothpaste, it is pulled out by a motor-like valve in each spigot.
Oh, you can motorboat that silk motor.
A battery of silk glands produces a wide array of fibers with different properties used for specific tasks. For instance, a drag line, snare, web support, egg case, or...
Just barely. Oh, and then I bounced back off afterwards.
Well, it wasn't a bottomless pit.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
Or a silk harness for Sage. That was good. It says that in the article.
I believe it. I mean, Sage is the most famous spider.
He is the most famous spider fucker. Wow, some spiders eat their own webs? You ever eat your spider's web?
Nope.
Is that what you call it when you eat out a spider?
Ooh.
Nope.
We're having webs for lunch.
Fuck out of here.
Did she ever make like a little hammock for your intestines?
Yeah.
Not sure if that was the way we were supposed to go or what. But, well, maybe.
Am I just like platforming on things that aren't supposed to be platformable?
Very possible, but maybe if you can get onto that bridge. There you go, you got a secret.
Oh, okay. Well,
That actually was pretty hard to find, too.
Where the hell am I? I don't even know where I'm supposed to go.
Shit, Sage.
What?
How do spiders mate and reproduce?
Well, Sage knows all about that.
Tell me about it, dude.
I couldn't tell you one goddamn
Dude,
thing.
you've had the most practice. You've had more practice on this than spiders have.
Sage, do you be vibrating these spiders' webs?
What?
Mating usually involves some sort of courtship. In web-building spiders, the male vibrates the web of the female.
Ooh, that's how you get a spider started, is it, Sage?
Yeah, you go vibrate her web, dude. You give it a little hum. Sage just leans down on the web like, let's fuck.
God damn it. Is this?
In hunting spiders...
Oh no, wait, yeah, this is definitely backwards.
Yeah.
He uses his legs to signal the female in a form of semaphore.
Is that what you do?
Show
You just lie there on the bed?
Show me your leg dance.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're just like fucking ass up on the bed, just waving your legs back and forth.
Just like, fuck me!
The spiders, like, you know, like tease you, like, oh, I don't know.
Okay,
Can you semaphore a little better for me? I won't, pretend I'm like a battleship. And go for
Direct me to the nearest port, Daddy.
Fucking hell.
Oh, I'm getting ready to dock now.
Let's dock together. Eggs are laid in a
He
silk.
hasn't gotten any gnome shit this entire stream.
I got gnome shit. You
got
guys are
foot
giving me
shit, to
gnome
be
shit
fair. You
and
got
We got foot shit.
Yeah, we didn't really go into the gnomes that much. We did do feet.
mating usually. Okay,
Well, he
let's see.
did feet.
Eggs are laid in a silken sack. They start developing straight away or remain dormant over winter. The egg sac may be left guarded by the female, or even carried or rolled around.
Huh. Down there. The door up here. Did you pick up a key in here at all?
Maybe I already picked up the key?
Because if that's the case, then you probably just got to backtrack where the door is. I think it was a purple key you picked up last, was it? Or was it the gold?
Oh,
Never
okay,
mind,
I did find it already. Okay.
Right.
I thought I was... Okay, I must have just missed that, because I knew I needed a key, I just didn't realize I had
You
it
were just
already.
too enthralled by thoughts of spiders. Once you heard about that semaphore, you're like, oh, I got breakfast. Gotta try that tonight.
You gonna work on your semaphore ornaments?
I hate you all.
Spider facts. Spider facts. Exposing Sage's weird sexual acts. Can he vibrate on a web? Yes, he can. He's a I don't know. He's a degenerate.
That's the thing I always say, you know, as much as funny as all the various things we've accused each other of. The spiders is the funniest.
It's easily the funniest. You know why? You know why we know?
It's funny.
You know how we know it's the funniest? Because the channel demands it.
Yeah, like
One of the only things like the chat will regularly be like, "And talk about spiders."
yeah, nobody comes in here and they're like, "Oh, tell us about the gnomes and the corpses."
Yeah, they drop a bunch of spider.
We've had people bring
People
up
do
the
bring
gnomes.
stuff.
Yeah, people
do bring
do.
up
Not as often as spiders.
Not as often as spiders. They drop those spider emojis in the chat
All the time, man.
all the time.
I like friends with you.
You asked me nicely to be on the channel with you. You complain. If nothing else, this channel is a one-of-a-kind thing.
That's true. Nobody talks about this kind of shit.
No. I don't know anybody else who would make regular streams like this.
Most people would be offended at the thought.
Most people would be offended and horrified at all of our conversations.
Yeah. Some people are watching.
Somehow.
Bro, go aspire somewhere else.
Oh shit.
Every
Switch weapons.
damn. The camping guy, yeah. Yep. Offered up, but it didn't. I didn't even know there were so many different I mean, obviously I've got built on that game, but usually I have one or two specific enemies.
Right. Sometimes there's just so much for it, I don't even know what's getting me.
Yeah, this game gets crazy in some of the... especially when it does some of the boss fights. Because there
You got hordes at the same time.
Yes. The game actually, a lot of people will say that there are levels with infinitely respawning enemies. That's not true.
There's so many.
Yeah.
It seems like it.
Exactly.
Do you know tarantulas have little paws?
Ooh,
I mean,
do they?
Sage, you know, they've been on your
Yeah. It's got a little, like, tarantula paw prints all over it.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a bag of ice.
Oh my god, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Sage, you're basically just Karina.
Oh boy. I also feel like I can barely respond because I've got so many fucking things.
Yeah, this game's working the political spiders do.
Wow. Jumping spiders are to date the only terrestrial invertebrates for which there is some reasonable evidence that they dream.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like they dream about Sage's dick.
You're about jumping all over it. That's fascinating, though. I didn't know that.
That is actually pretty interesting.
Jumping spiders are actually fairly
It's a
smart.
Harvard study.
That's what I
Oh,
said.
fuck you. No, get out of here.
Yeah, they're the only land invertebrate that's known to go into REM state.
That is actually interesting.
I suspect that, and they might be the only known one, but probably not.
Yeah, they're probably not truly the
How do they prove that?
Well, they
How
probably
do they-
did some sort of
I can read about
study
this
where
study.
they hooked the spider up to.
Sage's penis.
They're like, oh shit, the spider's having all kinds of dreams of Sage now.
Oh my god.
The spider is having a wet dream. I repeat, the spider is.
And then the alimony hearings start, and the spider
Yeah,
proven to be the first
immediate-
invertebrate with nightmares.
Yeah, the second half of the second half of the dream is a paternity court hearing. And it's like, where did Sage go?
God
He
damn
was
it.
just in the dream earlier.
He vanished in a puff of smoke.
Is it- This way?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All they heard was a light whisper of, "You'll never know which Motel 6."
Get the fuck out of here.
I heard it's called Motel 6 because Sage brings 6 spiders there every night.
Well, I heard he stays at the Super 8.
Oh shit!
Alright, we're done. We're done for today. That's about us enough.
That one was pretty good, dude.
That was gold,
Oh, I
man.
gotta get it too. That was pretty funny.
Oh,
Oh, that was fun.
that was a good stream.
That was a good stream.
He reads a book when you're not. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Even flicks the page if you give it long enough.
Okay, that's a very funny animation.
There is a taunt button.
That is the first time you haven't been doing anything for like 3 seconds.
I'll read out quick and then
Idleness is heresy.
that's funny.
The skull actually has a lot of little great quotes every now and
All right. Well, we're
You got a raid?
Yeah, we're raiding out. We are done. We are out of here.
Alright, everybody.
We'll catch everybody later.
Sage stays at the Super 8, the same number of legs as the girls he dates.